Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Yeah, I said it, and I mean it. You're about to witness something the ninja world has never seen before. What happens when the strongest sorcerer's soul merges with the body of Konoha's most unpredictable shinobi? Simple. Infinity becomes reality, and the impossible becomes my playground. Don't worry, though. I'm the strongest, so sit back and watch me rewrite history.
The night air screamed with chaos. Konoha burned beneath a blood-red sky as the nine-tailed fox tore through the village, each roar shaking the earth like thunder from hell itself. Buildings crumbled, shinobi died, and in the eye of this apocalyptic storm, a masked man reached toward a newborn child with fingers that promised death. The infant should have been helpless, should have been just another casualty in this nightmare, should have died before drawing his second breath. But the universe had other plans. As gloved fingers descended toward the baby's throat, something impossible happened. The child's eyes snapped open, not the dull, unfocused gaze of a newborn, but eyes of breathtaking clarity. Brilliant blue, luminous like stars given form and with patterns that seemed to contain the geometry of infinity itself, spiraling within their depths. The six eyes, a power that had never existed in this world, now gazed upon it for the first time. Space itself recoiled. An invisible barrier materialized between the masked ninja's hand and the infant's skin. Not chakra, not any technique this world had ever known. Something fundamentally different, a power born from the very concept of infinity made manifest. The hand stopped, not slowed, not deflected, but simply ceased to exist in the space it was trying to occupy. Millimeters from the child's body, an infinite distance away. What? The masked man jerked back, sharing on spinning behind the eye hole of his orange swirl mask. The baby didn't cry, didn't scream. Those ethereal eyes simply stared, and behind them, a consciousness stirred. Memories of another life, another world, another name. Gojo Satoru, the strongest sorcerer who ever lived, reborn not as replacement, but as fusion. His soul, his power, his very essence merging seamlessly with Naruto Uzumaki at the moment of greatest danger. Impossible. The masked ninja's voice carried genuine shock. He tried again, faster, with killing intent. His hand met the same invisible wall. Space warped around the infant, creating a barrier nothing could penetrate. Infinity. The power that made its user untouchable. Behind the mask, Obito Uchiha's mind raced. This wasn't part of the plan. This child should be vulnerable, should be the perfect Jinchuriki vessel for his purposes. But this power, the baby's eyes followed his movements with unnatural awareness. And for just a moment, as their gazes locked, the infant's lips curved. Not quite a smile, more like the echo of one carrying the confidence of someone who had never known defeat. Obito retreated. The Nine-Tails attack would continue. The fourth Hokage would make his sacrifice, but the masked man's plans for the child ended in that moment. Some instinct, some deep survival sense warned him. This one was different. This one was dangerous. The baby would be sealed with the Nine-Tails, as destiny demanded. But the soul of Gojo Satoru had already claimed this body, and nothing in the shinobi world would ever be the same. 7 years later, the academy buzzed with the usual pre-class energy. Students clustered in groups, chattering about weekend training or the latest gossip, waiting for Iruka-sensei to arrive. But today, like every day, one student commanded attention simply by existing. Naruto Uzumaki sat in the back row, long legs stretched out, feet propped casually on the desk in front of him. Where other children his age were compact and developing, Naruto stood tall for 7 years old, with a lean, athletic build that hinted at the powerhouse he'd become. His most striking feature, however, was his hair, pure white like fresh snow, falling messily around a dark blindfold wrapped across his eyes. The blindfold itself had become iconic. Some students whispered he wore it to hide a dojutsu. Others claimed his eyes were too beautiful and he wore it to avoid distracting everyone. The truth, that his six eyes perceived too much information without the filter, was both simpler and more complex than anyone guessed. Naruto-kun. Sakura Haruno materialized at his desk, her green eyes bright with badly concealed interest. "I brought extra dango from my mom's shop. Want some?" "Oh, Sakura-chan." Naruto's voice carried that effortless, teasing lilt that made hearts flutter. "Trying to bribe me with sweets? You know I'm more of a dessert connoisseur, but sure, I'll take them off your hands." Before Sakura could respond, Ino Yamanaka hip checked her aside. "Don't listen to her, Naruto-kun. I brought homemade cookies. My dad says proper nutrition is important for shinobi." "Ino pig, I was here first." "Billboard brow, nobody asked you." Naruto accepted treats from both with the easy grace of someone completely comfortable with attention. Behind his blindfold, the six eyes tracked every movement in the classroom, saw the chakra flowing through every student, perceived the microscopic details of their physiologies. The blindfold made social interaction possible by reducing the overwhelming input to manageable levels. "Ano, Naruto-kun." A soft voice drew his attention. Hinata Hyuga stood a careful distance away, her pale eyes downcast, fingers pressed together. That is, you looked cool during practice yesterday." "Thanks, Hinata-chan." Naruto's smile could melt glaciers. "Your gentle fist is getting sharper. Keep it up and you'll be scary strong." Hinata's face went crimson. She squeaked something incoherent and fled to her seat. Across the room, Sasuke Uchiha radiated dark intensity, his obsidian eyes fixed on Naruto with unconcealed rivalry. Where once Sasuke had been the Academy's pride, the last Uchiha, the prodigy everyone admired, Naruto's arrival had shifted the entire paradigm. Sasuke was skilled, disciplined, talented, but Naruto was something else entirely. Naruto was a legend. The white-haired student didn't just excel at shinobi arts, he redefined them. His taijutsu flowed with casual perfection, his chakra control made instructors weep with envy, his theoretical knowledge surpassed some chunin, and his presence, that relaxed confidence, that unshakable certainty that he was simply better than everyone else, it drove Sasuke insane. "Must be nice," Sasuke muttered, loud enough to carry, being handed everything on a silver platter. Naruto's head tilted toward him, smile never wavering. "Handed? Nah, Sasuke-kun, I'm just built different. Some of us are naturally blessed." He stretched, deliberately casual. "But hey, don't worry, you're like top 5 in the class? That's pretty good." Sasuke's chakra spiked with irritation. Top 5. He was top 5 because Naruto was number 1 by such a margin that everyone else competed for second place. Kiba Akamaru barked a laugh from his seat. "Burn, face it, Uchiha! Nobody's touching Naruto!" "Kiba-kun's right, you know." Naruto's voice carried that infuriating certainty. "Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. It's not arrogance, if it's just facts." Shikamaru slouched nearby, muttered, "Troublesome," but even his lazy genius acknowledged the truth. Naruto Uzumaki was the strongest student the Academy had ever seen. Perhaps the strongest their generation would ever produce. Iruka-sensei entered, and the class settled. But as the lecture began, inside Naruto's mind, another conversation unfolded. "Your classmates worship you like you're some kind of god." Kurama's massive voice rumbled through their shared mindscape. The Nine Tails lay coiled in a space that resembled unlimited void more than a sewer. Vast, star-filled, infinite. "It's nauseating." "Jealous, Kurama-chan?" Naruto's mental voice carried amusement. "Don't worry, you're still my favorite giant demon fox." "I'm the only demon fox, you insufferable brat." But Kurama's tone held affection. Their partnership had formed early, built on mutual respect rather than hatred. When Naruto had first entered the seal with full awareness and memories of Gojo Satoru, offering friendship instead of fear, Kurama had found himself intrigued. This child carried power the fox had never encountered. Cursed energy, limitless, abilities that bent reality itself. When are you going to show them what you can really do? Patience, my furry friend. We're still in the academy. No point revealing all my cards when the game hasn't even started. You mean you want to save the dramatic reveal for maximum impact? Exactly. See, you get me. Kurama snorted, but settled back down. The truth was, partnering with Naruto had given the Nine Tails something he'd never experienced. Genuine companionship. This boy didn't see him as a monster or a weapon, but as an equal. Someone powerful recognizing another's power. And Kurama respected strength. More than that, he found Naruto's personality refreshing. Where Jinchuriki typically approached him with fear or desperation, Naruto treated their relationship like an extended comedy routine. The fusion of Gojo's memories and Naruto's original soul had created something unique, someone with the life experience and confidence of the strongest sorcerer, combined with the potential and energy of a child blessed by prophecy. Besides, Naruto continued, academy life is too easy. I'm basically here for the social experience. The actual ninja stuff? He projected a mental shrug. I could graduate tomorrow if I wanted. But where's the fun in that? You're impossible. Impossibly awesome. The lecture droned on about the proper mixture ratios for explosive tags. Naruto's 6 eyes, even filtered through the blindfold, had memorized these formulas weeks ago. He'd actually improved on several designs, though he kept those innovations to himself. No point making the instructors feel inadequate. After class, during training, Naruto's true capabilities shone. The exercise was simple. Hit the target with kunai while maintaining chakra control by standing on water. Most students struggled with one task or the other. Hinata managed both with Hyuga precision. Sasuke succeeded through pure determination and Uchiha talent. Naruto stood on the water's surface like it was solid ground, hands in his pockets, not even looking at the targets. Naruto, Iruka called. You need to actually throw the kunai. Oh, right. Naruto pulled one hand from his pocket, made an exaggerated winding motion, and casually tossed 3 kunai. Without watching where they went, he returned his hand to his pocket. 3 perfect bullseyes, each kunai buried to the hilt in the target's center. Show off, Sasuke muttered. You say that like it's a bad thing. Naruto's grin was audible in his voice. But it was during taijutsu sparring that Naruto's abilities truly became apparent. Iruka paired him with 3 students at once, Kiba, Shikamaru, and Choji, figuring multiple opponents might provide actual challenge. They didn't. Kiba charged in first, Akamaru on his shoulder, both moving with Inuzuka ferocity. His fist flew toward Naruto's face. It stopped centimeters away, hitting invisible resistance. Kiba's eyes widened. He pushed harder. Nothing. It was like punching space itself. What the? Naruto's hand moved, a gentle tap on Kiba's shoulder. The Inuzuka boy flew backward 20 feet, landing hard but uninjured. Shikamaru tried to bind him with shadow possession jutsu. The shadows reached Naruto and simply stopped. They couldn't touch him. The technique failed without ever making contact. Troublesome, Shikamaru muttered, already surrendering. Can't touch him if jutsu don't work. Choji rolled in with his human boulder technique, becoming a massive spinning ball of force. He hit Naruto's position and bounced off, careening into the training dummy with a crash. Naruto hadn't moved an inch. Infinity, his passive, always active defense, had stopped every attack before they could reach him, and none of them even knew what they were hitting. Okay. Iruka raised his hands. I think that's enough demonstration. Naruto wins. Sensei, I didn't even move. Naruto's tone carried pure amusement. That wasn't a fight. That was target practice. Later, as students filed out, Mizuki-sensei, the assistant instructor, watched Naruto with calculating eyes. The white-haired boy represented something dangerous, something beyond his understanding. That power, that casual dominance, it could disrupt everything. But Naruto paid him no mind. His 6 eyes had already cataloged Mizuki's hidden resentment, plied his barely concealed malice toward the village, his treasonous intentions. Eventually, that would become relevant. For now, it was simply data, filed away in a mind that forgot nothing. Naruto-kun, Sakura and Ino both called, rushing over. Want to get ramen with us? Girls. Naruto raised his hands in mock surrender. I appreciate the attention, but I've got plans. Important training stuff, you understand. Their disappointed faces made him chuckle. The truth was, he didn't need training like they understood it. His control over both cursed energy and chakra was already perfect, thanks to the 6 eyes. But he did have other plans. He needed to experiment with combining techniques from both worlds. He needed to push the boundaries of what Limitless could do in a universe with chakra. And he needed to check in with Kurama about some theories regarding tailed beast chakra and cursed energy integration. As he walked toward his apartment, a modest place the village provided, keeping him separate from other children for reasons they thought were subtle, Naruto reflected on his situation. He was Naruto Uzumaki, son of the 4th Hokage and Kushina Uzumaki, though the village didn't know. He was also Gojo Satoru, the strongest sorcerer from another world entirely, reborn with all his memories and powers intact. The fusion was seamless, complete. He wasn't one or the other. He was both, a singular entity with the best of each identity. The six eyes gave him perfect perception, allowing mastery of any technique he observed. Limitless gave him absolute defense and overwhelming offense. Cursed energy made him unique in this world. And being the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki added another dimension of power entirely. He was, without exaggeration, the strongest being in the shinobi world. At 7 years old. "Yo, Kurama," he said aloud, knowing the fox heard everything. "What do you think happens when I combine your chakra with cursed technique reversal, red?" "I think you'll probably destroy whatever you're aiming at," Kurama replied, "and possibly the area around it." "Why?" "Just thinking ahead. Eventually, people are going to try to kill us. And when they do," Naruto's smile widened beneath his blindfold, "I want to make sure they regret it spectacularly." "You're terrifying, you know that?" "Thanks, I try." Graduation came faster than most students expected. For Naruto, it was Tuesday. The final exam, create a clone using the clone jutsu, was so basic that he almost laughed. The standard clone jutsu created intangible illusions, useful for deception but nothing else. Most students struggled to create even one convincing copy. Naruto stood before Iruka and Mizuki, hands forming seals more from courtesy than necessity. "Whenever you're ready," Iruka said encouragingly. "Sure thing, Iruka-sensei." Naruto completed the hand seals, shadow clone jutsu. The room exploded with smoke. When it cleared, Iruka's jaw dropped. 100 perfect copies of Naruto filled the classroom, each solid and distinct, each wearing the same casual grin. The shadow clone jutsu, a forbidden technique that created tangible duplicates by splitting the user's chakra. Most jonin could create a handful. Naruto had made 100 like breathing. "I figured regular clones were boring," Naruto said, surrounded by his copies. "Hope this works instead?" Mizuki's face twitched with poorly hidden fury. Iruka just laughed, equal parts impressed and exasperated. "Yeah, Naruto, that works. You pass." Every copy saluted simultaneously, then dispersed in a synchronized puff of smoke. "Awesome! So who's on my team? Please tell me I get someone interesting." Iruka smiled. "You'll find out tomorrow when teams are announced. Now go celebrate. You're officially a genin." Naruto caught the forehead protector Iruka tossed, tied it around his upper arm with practiced ease, and strolled out like he owned the place. Which, given his abilities, wasn't far from accurate. Outside, Sasuke waited, arms crossed, radiating determination. "Naruto." "Sasuke-kun, congratulations on graduating. Knew you'd make it." "Fight me." Naruto tilted his head. Now, I need to know how wide the gap is." Sasuke's Sharingan activated, twin tomoe spinning in his dark eyes. He'd awakened them young, driven by tragedy and the need to match Naruto's seemingly effortless superiority. No holding back. Naruto's smile sharpened. "Sasuke-kun, if I don't hold back, this won't be a fight. It'll be a demonstration." "I don't care. Show me." "Well," Naruto's voice took on that dangerous, playful edge that meant something interesting was about to happen. "If you insist." They moved to a training ground. Word spread fast. Naruto versus Sasuke, a real fight. By the time they faced each other in the clearing, a crowd had gathered. Fresh graduates, curious chunin, even a few jonin who wanted to see the academy's top prodigy in action. Sasuke took his stance, sharing and tracking every micro-movement. Naruto just stood there, hands in pockets, blindfold in place, relaxed as if waiting for a bus. "Come on, Sasuke-kun, you wanted this." Sasuke blurred forward. His fist lanced toward Naruto's face with Uchiha speed and precision. It stopped. Invisible wall, infinite distance. Sasuke's eyes widened. He tried a kick, same result. A barrage of punches, each one halted before contact. "What is this?" Sasuke leaped back, hands forming seals. Fire style, fireball jutsu. The massive fireball roared toward Naruto. It split around him, flame dividing as if hitting an invisible sphere, scorching the ground on either side, while leaving him completely untouched. The heat didn't even reach him. "That's better." Naruto's voice carried approval. "But you'll need to do more than that." Sasuke attacked with everything he had. Taijutsu combinations his brother had taught him. Fire jutsu of increasing intensity, kunai from impossible angles. His Sharingan predicted Naruto's movements, but it didn't matter. Nothing touched him. Every attack stopped at that invisible barrier. The watching shinobi murmured in confusion. What kind of defense was this? What technique? They'd never seen anything like it. "Okay, my turn." Naruto's hand moved casually. Cursed technique lapse, blue. Reality twisted. Sasuke's eyes widened as irresistible attractive force seized him, yanking him forward despite his attempts to resist. He flew through the air like a puppet on strings, stopping inches from Naruto's outstretched palm. This is blue, Naruto explained casually. It creates impossible attraction, pulls things toward a point in space. Neat, right? He released the technique. Sasuke landed hard, Sharingan spinning frantically. Want to see red? Naruto didn't wait for an answer. His other hand extended. Cursed technique reversal, red. Repulsive force erupted. Sasuke flew backward like he'd been hit by a giant's palm, tumbling across the training ground before catching himself with chakra-enhanced grip. He stood, breathing hard, Sharingan burning. What are you? The strongest. Naruto's smile was gentle but absolute. Don't worry, Sasuke-kun. You're good, really good. You'll become an amazing shinobi. But you and me? He gestured between them. We're playing different games. I don't say that to be cruel. It's just reality. Sasuke's fists clenched. His Sharingan caught it then. Something impossible. For just a second as Naruto turned, the blindfold shifted. Sasuke saw beneath it. Eyes of breathtaking complexity, glowing blue with patterns that seemed to contain infinity itself. Power that made the Sharingan look like candlelight next to the sun. What are those eyes? These? Naruto tapped his blindfold. The 6 eyes. They let me see everything. Cursed energy, chakra, the structure of space itself. They give me perfect control, infinite stamina, and the ability to use limitless. That's what you've been hitting, infinity. The space between you and me becomes infinite, so you can never actually reach me. The crowd had gone silent. This wasn't shinobi technique. This was something else entirely, something their world had never encountered. How do you fight something like that? Someone whispered. You don't, another answered. Sasuke stared at Naruto with new understanding. The gap wasn't just wide, it was insurmountable. Not because Naruto had trained harder or been born into a better clan, but because he possessed power from a completely different paradigm. This wasn't about being a better shinobi. This was about being something shinobi couldn't match. Thanks for the warm-up, Sasuke-kun. Naruto started to walk away, then paused. Hey, when teams get announced tomorrow, I hope we're together. You're fun to be around. And who knows, maybe you'll figure out something that surprises me. Nah, I'd win, he added with that signature confidence. But it'd be entertaining to watch you try. Sasuke wanted to be angry, wanted to rage against the casual dismissal. But something in Naruto's tone stopped him. There was no malice there, no cruelty, just honest assessment from someone so far above that competition had become abstract. As Naruto left, Kurama spoke in his mind. You enjoy tormenting the Uchiha boy. Not tormenting, motivating. Sasuke needs a goal he can never reach. It'll make him stronger than if he could actually catch up. That's actually kind of profound. I contain multitudes, Kurama-chan, terrifying power and emotional intelligence. It's a whole package. The fox snorted with amusement, settling back in their shared mindscape. Tomorrow would bring team assignments. Soon, the real adventure would begin. And Kurama found himself genuinely excited to see how the shinobi world would react when Naruto started using his full capabilities. It was going to be spectacular. Team assignments day arrived with typical chaos. The classroom buzzed with nervous energy as fresh genin waited to learn their fates. Naruto arrived last, strolling in with his characteristic nonchalance, taking his usual seat in the back. Naruto-kun, Sakura waved. I hope we're on the same team. Me too, Ino echoed. Sasuke said nothing, but his eyes tracked Naruto's movement. After yesterday's demonstration, something had shifted in the Uchiha's perspective. He no longer looked at Naruto with simple rivalry. Now there was calculation, assessment, trying to understand what made this white-haired enigma tick. Iruka entered, carrying the assignment sheet. All right, everyone settle down. I'll announce teams now. Remember, these are the people you'll be working with for the foreseeable future. Teamwork is essential for shinobi. He began reading. Team 1, Team 2, various combinations of students that Naruto barely registered. Then, Team 7, Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno. Your Jonin instructor will be Kakashi Hatake. Sakura's face lit up. Sasuke's expression remained neutral, but his chakra fluctuated with interest. Naruto just smiled. Kakashi Hatake, he thought, copy ninja, Sharingan user, supposedly late to everything. This should be interesting. Team 8, Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, and Shino Aburame. Your instructor is Kurenai Yuhi. Team 10, Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, and Choji Akimichi. Your instructor is Asuma Saratobi. The assignments continued. Naruto noted the different compositions, completely altered from what canon Team 7 would have been, because this world had developed differently around his presence. Sakura on his team instead of, well, whatever the original configuration might have been didn't matter. This was his reality now. Your instructors will come get you throughout the day. Wait here until then. Good luck. Hours passed. Other teams left with their jonin. Team 7 remained. Where is he? Sakura fumed. We've been waiting forever. Patience, Sakura-chan. Naruto lounged in his seat, feet up. Our sensei is probably testing us, seeing if we'll wait obediently or cause trouble. How do you know? Sasuke asked. Because that's what I do. Naruto's smile widened. Test your students before even meeting them properly. See what they're made of. Another hour. Then, just as Sakura was about to explode with frustration, the door opened. A tall man with gravity-defying silver hair entered, his left eye covered by his forehead protector, face masked, posture relaxed. He held an orange book, Icha Paradise, Naruto's 6 eyes identified instantly, and looked them over with his visible eye. First impression, you're all interesting. Meet me on the roof. He disappeared in a swirl of leaves. Show off, Naruto muttered cheerfully, standing and stretching. Come on, team. Let's meet our sensei properly. On the roof, Kakashi sat on the railing, book in hand. Okay, now that we're all here, let's do introductions. Name, likes, dislikes, dreams for the future, hobbies. You first, Pinky. Sakura introduced herself with typical enthusiasm, mentioning her crush on Sasuke and dream of becoming a great kunoichi. Sasuke went next, his introduction cold and focused on revenge against a certain someone. His brother, obviously, though he didn't elaborate. Then Naruto. Yo, Naruto Uzumaki. I like strong opponents, good desserts, and testing my limits, even though I don't really have any. I dislike people who underestimate others in boring fights. Dreams? I guess I want to show this world what real power looks like. As for hobbies, he smiled beneath his blindfold. I enjoy making the impossible look easy. Kakashi's visible eye narrowed. This boy was dangerous. Not in the typical Genin way. Dangerous in the way someone with absolute confidence and the power to back it up was dangerous. His chakra reserves were absurd. His posture spoke of someone who'd never known defeat. And those rumors about immunity to attacks... Interesting team, Kakashi mused. Okay, here's the deal. Tomorrow we have a survival exercise. It's got a 66% failure rate. Be at training ground 3 at 5 a.m. Don't eat breakfast, you'll throw up. What kind of exercise? Sakura asked nervously. You'll see. Oh, and a word of advice? Kakashi's eye curved in what might have been a smile. Come at me with intent to kill, or you won't stand a chance. He vanished, Naruto chuckled. I like him already, this is going to be fun. You think everything is fun? Kurama grumbled. Because everything is fun when you're the strongest. That's like the whole point of being overpowered. You get to enjoy challenges without actual danger. The next morning, training ground 3. 5 a.m. sharp. Naruto arrived exactly on time, hands in pockets, looking fresh despite the early hour. Sakura showed up a minute later, followed by Sasuke. All three waited and waited. An hour passed. He's late, Sakura fumed. After all that about being on time. Testing us again, Naruto said, examining his nails casually, seeing if we'll stay patient or give up. Pretty standard Jonin move. Finally, at 7 a.m., Kakashi appeared in a swirl of leaves. Yo, sorry I'm late. A black cat crossed my path, so I had to take the long way. Liar, Sakura shouted. Anyway, Kakashi set an alarm clock on a post, 2 bells dangling from his belt. This is a bell test. Your task is to take these bells from me before the alarm goes off at noon. Those who fail get sent back to the academy. But there are only 2 bells, Sakura observed. Exactly. At least one of you fails. Now, Kakashi's visible eye became serious. Begin! Sasuke and Sakura scattered, hiding according to standard academy training. Naruto didn't move. Not going to hide? Kakashi asked. Why would I hide? I'm going to take both bells, obviously. Confident. Kakashi pulled out his book. But confidence without skill is just... Naruto moved, not fast by his standards. He didn't even try, but one moment he stood 20 feet away. The next, his hand was at Kakashi's belt. Infinity deactivated just long enough to grab the bells, then reactivated as Kakashi's counterattack passed through empty space. Naruto held up both bells, dangling them from his fingers. Got them. That was easier than expected. Kakashi's visible eye widened. He'd barely perceived the movement, and his counterstrike, refined through years of ambu service, had simply missed, as if Naruto hadn't been there at all. Interesting trick. Kakashi pocketed his book. But I think you'll find... Find what? Naruto's voice came from behind him. The Naruto holding the bells dispersed into smoke, a shadow clone. The real Naruto now stood at Kakashi's back, actual bells in hand. That you're not fast enough? Kakashi spun, hands forming seals. Fire style, fireball. The jutsu died. Naruto's hand moved almost lazily. Cursed technique lapse blew. Attractive force seized Kakashi, yanking him forward. The Jonin's eye widened as irresistible pull dragged him toward Naruto's palm. At the last second, he substituted with a log appearing across the clearing. What was that? Kakashi demanded. One of my techniques. Cool, right? Want to see another? Naruto's other hand extended. Cursed technique reversal, red. Repulsive force erupted. The log Kakashi had substituted with exploded into splinters. Trees bent backward from the shockwave. Kakashi barely dodged, Sharingan now uncovered, spinning to track Naruto's movements. Sharingan? Naruto's tone carried interest. Nice, but it won't help much. Kakashi launched into serious combat. Earth jutsu, water jutsu, lightning crackling around his hand, the famous Chidori. He attacked with Jonin-level skill and speed, techniques honed through countless missions. None of it touched Naruto. Every attack stopped at that invisible barrier. Every jutsu split around him. Even Chidori, lightning compressed into piercing power, couldn't penetrate infinity. Kakashi might as well have been trying to punch space itself. From their hiding spots, Sasuke and Sakura watched in awe. He's fighting Kakashi-sensei evenly, Sakura whispered. At our level against a Jonin. Not evenly. Sasuke Sharingan tracked the fight. Kakashi hasn't touched him once. Naruto isn't even trying. It was true. Naruto still had his hands in his pockets, dodging or blocking by infinity alone. He hadn't thrown a single punch. This wasn't a fight. It was a demonstration. Okay, sensei. Naruto's voice carried amusement. This has been fun, but let me show you something cool. I haven't used this one much, so don't take it personally. His hands came together, fingers forming a shape. Not hand seals, something different, geometric and precise. Domain expansion. Reality shattered. The training ground vanished. Kakashi found himself suspended in infinite void, surrounded by limitless space filled with countless stars and streams of incomprehensible information. Everything and nothing at once. The inside of infinity itself. Unlimited void. Naruto's voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere. Welcome to my domain, Kakashi-sensei. Here, you're exposed to infinite information, infinite stimuli. Most people's brains just stop, can't process it all. But don't worry, I'll release you before permanent damage sets in. Kakashi couldn't move, couldn't think. His mind drowned in information overload, every sense screaming with infinite input. His Sharingan tried to process it all and failed spectacularly. The domain collapsed. They stood in the training ground again. Kakashi fell to one knee, gasping, Sharingan deactivated, visible eye wide with shock. What was that? My domain expansion, one of my special techniques. Naruto helped Kakashi stand, surprisingly gentle. Sorry if that was intense. I kept it brief. Full exposure would have been bad. Kakashi stared at this genin, this child, who had just used a technique beyond anything in his considerable experience. Where did you learn that? Learn? Nah, it's just something I can do. Like how you can copy techniques with your Sharingan, I can manipulate space with my 6 eyes and cursed energy. Naruto tapped his blindfold. Perks of being naturally blessed. The alarm went off. Noon. Test over. Naruto still held both bells. Kakashi straightened, regaining his composure. Well, that was educational. Naruto, you pass. Obviously. Wait, Sakura emerged from hiding. What about us? We didn't get the bells. Yeah, Sasuke added, stepping out as well. The test was to take the bells. Kakashi looked at them, then at Naruto, then sighed. The actual point of this test was teamwork, working together. But given that Naruto just soloed a Jonin, he rubbed his temples. I honestly don't know how to grade this. Oh, Naruto snapped his fingers. Right, the teamwork thing. Here. He tossed a bell to Sasuke and one to Sakura. You two passed too. I could have grabbed them faster, but where's the fun in that? You knew? Kakashi asked. About the teamwork lesson? Yeah, it's a classic test. But Sensei, here's the thing. Naruto's smile widened. I don't need teamwork to win. I'm the strongest, but I can choose to work with a team anyway, because I want to. That's different from needing to. Kakashi didn't know whether to be impressed or concerned. This boy understood the lesson, but had transcended its necessity. He'd passed a test designed to teach teamwork by being so overwhelmingly powerful that cooperation became optional. All right, Kakashi finally said. Team 7 passes. All of you. We'll start missions tomorrow. Meet at 8 a.m. And Naruto? Yeah, Sensei. Don't use that domain thing on me again. My brain still feels scrambled. No promises. It's my favorite technique. As they left the training ground, Sakura walked close to Naruto. That was amazing. You're so strong. Thanks, Sakura-chan. You're pretty cool yourself. That chakra control you showed during academy training, keep developing that and you'll be scary. Sasuke walked slightly apart, mind churning. He just watched Naruto defeat a Jonin. Not through luck or trickery, but through overwhelming power. Those techniques, blue, red, that domain thing, they were beyond anything shinobi training taught. Naruto, Sasuke called. What are you? What am I? Naruto's tone turned contemplative. That's a great question, Sasuke-kun. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, shinobi of the leaf. I'm also someone who remembers being someone else, somewhere else. I've got powers this world's never seen. And I'm the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, though most people don't know that part. He smiled. But mostly, I'm just a guy who wants to see how far I can push the limits of what's possible, and have fun doing it. The Nine-Tails? Sakura gasped. Really? Yep, me and Kurama are besties. He's less grumpy than the stories suggest. I'm very grumpy, Kurama corrected. You're just annoying enough that I tolerate you. See? Besties. That night, in the Hokage's office, Kakashi gave his report. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, listened with growing concern. And you're certain about these abilities? Absolutely. Kakashi's visible eye was serious. Naruto isn't just talented, he's something entirely different. Those techniques don't use hand seals. They don't follow normal chakra patterns. And that domain expansion, he shuddered. I've never experienced anything like it. Could he be a threat to the village? No, Kakashi said immediately. He's loyal, protective of his teammates already. But Hokage-sama, we need to understand, Naruto isn't just strong for his age. He might be the strongest shinobi in the village, period, at 12 years old. Hiruzen drew on his pipe, smoke curling in the lamplight. The Nine-Tails power? I don't think so. This feels different, more controlled, more refined, like he was born with these abilities rather than trained in them. Keep watching him, guide him, but don't restrict him. Hiruzen's expression was thoughtful. Naruto could be exactly what the village needs, or he didn't finish the sentence. Kakashi understood. Power like Naruto's could save them or destroy them. Everything depended on how that power was wielded. Team 7's first real mission came a week later. They'd suffered through D ranks, catching cats, pulling weeds, painting fences. Naruto had made them entertaining by using blue to attract runaway cats from across the village, or red to launch trash into proper bins from impossible distances. But even his humor couldn't make manual labor thrilling. Please, Sakura begged Hiruzen during mission assignment. Anything but another cat, anything. The Hokage smiled. As it happens, I have a C-rank mission. Escorting a bridge builder back to the land of waves. It should be relatively safe, but there may be bandits. We'll take it. Sakura and Sasuke said together. Naruto just smiled. His 6 eyes had already scanned the mission client, Tazuna, reeking of alcohol and cheap lies. This man was hiding something. The mission wasn't C-rank. Not even close. This is about to get interesting, he thought. You can see the deception, but you're taking the mission anyway? Kurama asked. Obviously. D ranks are boring. I want to see what happens when we encounter actual threats. Plus, Naruto's mental tone sharpened. My 6 eyes are picking up chakra signatures converging on the land of waves. Strong signatures. This is going to be fun. They departed the next morning. Tazuna complained constantly, making disparaging remarks about how young they looked, especially the short one with the stupid look on his face. Pointing at Naruto, Naruto's smile never wavered. Short? I'm the tallest on our team. And this look? This is confidence, old man. Get used to it. The journey proceeded uneventfully until they reached the forest path leading to the land of waves. That's when Naruto's six eyes detected it. Two chakra signatures, hidden in a puddle despite the cloudless sky. Chunin level, he assessed. Demon brothers, poison claws, planning an ambush. He said nothing. Let the situation develop. It would be educational for his teammates. Sure enough, as they passed the puddle, two ninja emerged. Meizu and Gozu, the demon brothers, chain weapon connecting them. They moved to strike Kakashi first. Naruto moved faster, one hand extended. Blue, attractive force seized both brothers and yanking them toward a point in space between Naruto's fingers. They slammed together with bone-crunching force, their chain weapon tangling around them. Red, repulsive force launched them backward into the trees. They hit hard, unconscious before they landed. Total combat time, 3 seconds. Kakashi blinked. Well, that was efficient. Were those ninja? Sakura asked, eyes wide. Yeah, Chunin from Hidden Mist, judging by their forehead protectors. Naruto walked over, examining the unconscious brothers. Here for you, Tazuna-san? The bridge builder paled. That is. It's fine. Naruto's tone remained casual. I knew this wasn't a real C rank from the start. My eyes see through deceptions. You're being targeted by someone powerful, right? Someone who wants your bridge project stopped? How did you? 6 eyes. I see everything. Naruto gestured to his blindfold. So here's the deal. We're already here, and I'm bored with D ranks anyway. We'll complete the mission, but you need to tell Kakashi-sensei everything. Full disclosure. Tazuna explained about Gato, the crime lord controlling the land of waves through economic stranglehold, about the bridge representing hope, about hiring ninja being too expensive, so he lied about the mission rank. A shinobi like Zabuza Momochi might be involved, Tazuna finished quietly. Kakashi's visible eye narrowed. Zabuza? That's a Jonin-level threat. We should return to the village and... Nah, we're good. Naruto waved dismissively. I've been wanting to fight someone strong. This is perfect. Naruto, this isn't a game. Zabuza is one of the 7 swordsmen. And I'm the strongest sorcerer who ever lived, reborn in your world with powers you can't comprehend. Naruto's smile widened. Trust me, sensei. We've got this. They continued to the land of waves via boat, mist thickening as they approached. Naruto's 6 eyes pierced the fog easily, tracking water droplets, chakra signatures, the molecular structure of the air itself. He's here, Naruto announced as they walked through the mist-shrouded forest. Zabuza, hiding in that tree to our left. Killer intent rating, pretty high. Actual threat level to me, 0. A massive blade, Kubikira Bocho, the executioner's blade, whirled through the fog toward Kakashi's neck. Naruto caught it, one-handed, with infinity. The blade stopped against invisible resistance, vibrating from the sudden halt. Naruto gripped the handle through his technique, holding the legendary sword motionless. Cool sword, he commented, but you really shouldn't throw weapons you want back. Zabuza Momochi emerged from the mist, killing intent radiating like heat. Shirtless, bandaged face, eyes cold with lethal intent. Who are you? Naruto Uzumaki. And you must be Zabuza-san, the demon of the hidden mist, right? I've heard you're pretty strong. Naruto examined the blade with genuine interest. This thing's heavy. How's it weighted for balance? Give me my sword, boy. No, I don't think so. Naruto tossed Kubikira Bocho aside casually. The massive blade embedded itself in a tree 30 feet away. Fight me without it. I want to see what you've got. Zabuza's killing intent spiked. You're either very brave or very stupid. Neither. Just confident. Naruto's stance relaxed, hands returning to his pockets. Come on, Zabuza-san, show me why they call you a demon. Zabuza attacked. Hidden mist jutsu thickened the fog to near 0 visibility. For normal shinobi, this would be disorienting, dangerous. Naruto's 6 eyes saw through it like looking through air. Tracking Zabuza's position, his chakra, the water molecules he manipulated for the silent killing technique, a blade of water lanced toward Naruto's throat. Infinity stopped it. Good try, Naruto called. But you'll need something better than that. Zabuza appeared behind him. Kunai aimed for the spine. It stopped millimeters away. The Jonin's eyes widened. He tried again, faster, with more force. Same result. That invisible barrier, that impossible defense. What is this technique? Zabuza demanded. Infinity. Space between you and me becomes infinite, so your attacks never reach me. Pretty neat, right? Naruto turned to face him. Want to see some of mine? He didn't wait for an answer, his hand extended. Blue. Attractive force seized Zabuza, yanking him forward despite his attempts to resist. Water clones exploded into liquid as the real Zabuza was pulled through the air toward Naruto's palm. At the last second, Zabuza substituted with water, appearing across the clearing. Impossible. That's not a jutsu. No hand seals, no chakra signature I can detect. Because it's not chakra. Naruto's smile was brilliant. It's cursed energy, something your world's never seen. I'm literally the only person who can use it, which makes me unique, special, the honored one, if you will. Throughout heaven and earth, he continued, his voice taking on that absolute certainty, I alone am the honored one. Zabuza formed hand seals, water style, water dragon jutsu. A massive dragon of water erupted from the moisture in the air, roaring toward Naruto with crushing force. The technique carried enough power to level small buildings. Naruto's other hand extended. Red. Repulsive force met water dragon. The collision created a shockwave that cleared the mist in a 100-foot radius, water dispersing into harmless spray, trees bending from the impact. When the spray settled, Naruto stood completely dry, not a drop of water on him. My turn for real this time. Naruto brought his hands together in that geometric shape. Not seals, the finger configuration for domain expansion. Domain expansion, wait! A voice called from the trees. A boy in a 100-nin mask appeared, throwing senbon that embedded themselves in Zabuza's neck. The jonin collapsed, appearing dead. I'll take the body, the 100-nin said. He was wanted by Hidden Mist. Thank you for weakening him. Naruto's 6 eyes saw through the deception immediately. The senbon were in non-lethal points. Zabuza's heart still beat. Chakra still flowed, just suppressed. This hunter nin was Zabuza's ally, extracting him from a losing battle. Sure thing, Naruto said cheerfully. Take him away. The hunter nin grabbed Zabuza and vanished. Kakashi limped over. Naruto, that was reckless. You should have let me. Handle it? Sensei, you were about to use Shidiri and drain your chakra. This way, nobody on our team got hurt and we got good information. Naruto gestured where Zabuza had been. Also, that hunter nin was fake. Zabuza's still alive. They'll attack again, probably when we're at the bridge. How do you know? 6 eyes see everything. The senbon placement was non-lethal, designed to induce temporary death-like state. Classic extraction technique. Naruto shrugged, which means round 2 is coming, and next time I'll get to use my domain expansion properly. I'm excited! You're going to traumatize these people, Kurama observed. Only a little. Domain expansion is an experience everyone should have at least once. Builds character. At Tezuna's house, they met Tsunami and her son Inari. The young boy was sullen, broken by loss, convinced heroes didn't exist. His father's death at Gado's hands had destroyed his hope. Naruto found him sitting by the water, staring at nothing. Hey kid, Inari, right? Inari didn't look up. Go away, you'll just die like everyone else. Die? Me? Naruto laughed, sitting beside him. Nah, I'm way too strong to die. Literally unkillable at my current power level. Everyone says they're strong, then Gado kills them. Gado's a crime lord with money and thugs. I'm the strongest being in this world. Naruto's tone was matter of fact, not boastful. There's a difference. Want to know a secret, Inari? The boy finally looked up. Heroes do exist, not because they're invincible, but because they choose to fight anyway. Your dad? He was a hero, stood up to Gato, knowing he might die. That's real strength. Naruto's smile softened. I'm strong in a different way. I've got power that makes me pretty much impossible to kill. But your dad had courage, which is harder to find. Don't forget him. Honor what he did by becoming strong yourself. How can I be strong? I'm just a kid. So am I. And look at me, I'm amazing. Naruto stood, offering his hand. Start by deciding you're not going to give up. The rest comes after. Inari took his hand, something like hope flickering in his eyes. Later, when Zabuza and Haku attacked at the bridge as predicted, Naruto was ready. The fake hunter nin, Haku, trapped Sasuke in the ice mirror technique, a dome of mirrors made from ice, attacking from all angles with senbon. Sasuke's Sharingan tracked the movements, but his body couldn't keep up. Naruto walked toward the dome casually. Senbon flew at him from every angle. They stopped against infinity, falling harmlessly to the ground. Interesting technique, Naruto commented, examining the ice mirrors. Kekkei Genkai, right? Ice release? That's pretty rare. Beautiful, even. He tapped a mirror. But you made one mistake, Haku-kun? What's that? Haku's voice echoed from every mirror. You trapped Sasuke, but you let me walk right up to your technique. Naruto's hand pressed against the mirror. Blue. Attractive force pulsed through the ice structure. The mirrors shattered simultaneously, pulled toward the point where Naruto's palm touched the construct. Haku was yanked from his technique, slamming into the ground at Naruto's feet. "Hi," Naruto said cheerfully. "Sorry about breaking your jutsu. It really was impressive. But my friend was inside, and I don't let people hurt my friends." Haku stood, senbon ready. "You're incredibly strong." "Thanks, you're pretty good yourself. That ice technique is genuinely cool, pun intended." Naruto tilted his head. "But here's the thing. You're fighting for Zabuza because you believe you're just a tool, right? That your only value is being useful to him?" Haku's posture stiffened. "How did you? 6 eyes, they see more than just physical stuff. I can see your emotions, your chakra's nature, the pain you carry." Naruto's tone gentled. "You're wrong, by the way. You're a person, not a tool. You've got value beyond just being useful. And I think Zabuza knows that too, even if he won't say it. You know nothing about. I know loneliness. I know what it's like to be different, to have power people don't understand. I know what it's like to be treated as something other than human." Naruto gestured to himself. "I'm the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. The villagers either fear me or pretend I don't exist, but that doesn't define me. I define me. Same goes for you, Haku." Haku hesitated, senbon lowering slightly. Meanwhile, Kakashi battled Zabuza, Sharingan versus Executioner's Blade, Jonin against Jonin. But Naruto's 6 eyes detected reinforcements approaching. Gado's thugs, dozens of them, with the crime lord himself leading them. "Hey everyone," Naruto called. "We've got company, lots of it." Gado appeared at the bridge entrance with maybe 50 armed men. "Zabuza, you failed, so I'm terminating our contract. Boys, kill the bridge builder and anyone in your way, including that failure of a ninja." Zabuza's eyes widened with betrayal. Haku's chakra spiked with rage. "See?" Naruto said to Haku. "That's what happens when you're just a tool to someone. They throw you away when you're not useful anymore. But Zabuza, he's not throwing you away. Look at his face. He's pissed because someone threatened you." It was true. Zabuza's killing intent focused entirely on Gado, not his former employer's insult, but the threat to Haku. "Well, this is awkward," Naruto said. "We were fighting, but now there's a bigger problem. How about a temporary alliance? You help us deal with the crime lord and his thugs. We don't kill each other today. Sound fair?" "Why would you ally with us?" Zabuza demanded. "Because I'm the strongest, which means I can choose my battles. And honestly," Naruto's smile turned dangerous. "Gado annoys me. Rich guys who exploit weak people are the worst. So let's teach him a lesson." The 50 thugs charged. Naruto sighed. "Okay, I've been wanting to try something, combining my techniques with Kurama's chakra. This seems like a good opportunity." "Finally, let me help." Kurama's voice rumbled with excitement. Red chakra began seeping from Naruto, the Nine-Tails power mixing with cursed energy, creating something new. Something that made everyone on the bridge, even Zabuza, step back instinctively. "Let me show you what happens," Naruto said, "when you combine the strongest tailed beast with the strongest cursed technique." He brought his hands together. Cursed energy and Nine-Tails chakra spiraled between his palms, red and blue intertwining, creating something that shouldn't exist, a fusion of 2 different power systems. Cursed technique, hollow purple. The sphere of erasure that formed was different from Gojo's original. This one pulsed with red chakra, amplified by Kurama's power, creating an attack that didn't just erase matter but obliterated it on a fundamental level. Naruto released it. The sphere traveled forward at incredible speed. Where it passed, reality seemed to scream. The bridge wasn't damaged. The attack was too controlled for collateral destruction. But the 50 thugs in its path simply ceased to exist. Not killed, not destroyed, erased. One moment they were there, the next they were gone, not even dust remaining. Gado stared in absolute horror. What are you?" "Me? I'm Naruto Uzumaki, shinobi of Konoha, and I just saved your bridge project, Tazuna-san." Naruto looked at the crime lord. "As for you, Gado, you've got 2 choices. Leave the land of waves forever right now, or..." He gestured to where 50 men had been. "Join them. Your call." Gado ran, actually turned and sprinted away, abandoning his remaining resources, his operation, everything. Pure survival instinct, overwhelming greed, silence filled the bridge. "That," Zabuza finally said, "was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of terrible things. Thanks. I try. Naruto turned to the legendary swordsman. So, what now? Still want to fight us, or would you rather rebuild your life? Because honestly, Haku seems like he could use a break from the whole endless combat lifestyle. Zabuza looked at Haku, then at his executioner's blade, then back at Naruto. We're done with Gato, and... He seemed to struggle with the words. The boy's right. You're not just a tool. You're... He couldn't quite say it. You're a precious person. Naruto finished helpfully. It's okay to care about people, Zabuza-san. Doesn't make you weak, makes you human. Haku's eyes, visible beneath the cracked mask, filled with tears. We'll leave, Zabuza decided. Find a new path. Maybe one with less killing. Good plan. Oh, and Zabuza-san? Naruto's smile was genuine. If you ever need help or want to spar with someone who can give you a real challenge, look me up. I'm always down for a good fight. The former demon of the mist actually smiled slightly. I'll remember that, kid. And Naruto, keep those eyes of yours sharp. Power like that. People will come for it. Let them come. Naruto's confidence was absolute. Nah, I'd win. After Zabuza and Haku departed, Team 7 completed the bridge. The Land of Waves named it the Great Naruto Bridge, in honor of the white-haired shinobi who'd saved their country and given them hope. On the journey back to Konoha, Sakura walked close to Naruto. That technique you used, the purple sphere, what happened to those men? Hollow purple erases things. They're gone. Not dead, that implies remains. Just gone. Naruto's tone was matter-of-fact. I don't use that one often. It's kind of final. Doesn't it bother you? Sasuke asked. Erasing people like that? They were going to kill an innocent family and destroy a symbol of hope. So no, it doesn't bother me. Naruto's voice was calm but firm. I'm strong enough to protect people, so I do. I'm strong enough to remove threats, so I do. That's what power is for, Sasuke-kun. Not revenge, not proving yourself, but choosing who and what you protect. Sasuke fell silent, contemplating those words. Kakashi watched his student with new understanding. Naruto wasn't just powerful, he understood the weight of that power, the responsibility. And unlike many strong shinobi, he wielded it with clear purpose. This team, Kakashi realized, was going to change everything. The Chunin exams arrived faster than expected. After several more missions, all of which Naruto dominated with casual ease, Kakashi nominated Team 7 for the exams. Normally, teams waited a year, but nothing about Team 7 was normal. You sure about this? Hiruzen asked Kakashi privately. The exams can be deadly. Hokage-sama, Naruto could probably win the entire tournament by himself with one hand behind his back. Sasuke and Sakura need the experience, but Naruto? Kakashi shook his head. He needs actual challenges. The exams might provide that. In the exam room, genin from every village gathered. Teams from Sand, Sound, Hidden Grass, all eyeing each other as competitors. Naruto walked in with hands in his pockets, blindfold in place, drawing immediate attention. Who's the white-haired pretty boy? Someone muttered. That's Naruto Uzumaki, another whispered. Heard he fought Zabuza Momochi to a standstill. More than that, a third corrected. Heard he made Zabuza run away and killed 50 men with one jutsu. The rumors had spread. Naruto's reputation as something beyond normal genin preceded him. Rock Lee appeared in a blur of speed, challenging Sasuke to a fight. The two went at it. Sasuke's Sharingan versus Lee's Taijutsu. It was impressive, both displaying abilities beyond typical genin. Naruto watched with interest. Lee's good. That Taijutsu is really refined. Sasuke's keeping up though. Nice to see him improving. When the first exam began, a written test designed to encourage cheating while testing information gathering skills, Naruto filled out answers instantly. His 6 eyes saw through walls to other test papers, memorized questions, analyzed the pattern. But more than that, he simply knew the answers. The fusion of Gojo's knowledge and ninja world understanding made him absurdly well educated. The 10th question came with a threat. Get it wrong, fail forever. Most teams panicked. Naruto raised his hand. Question, Ibiki-san. The scarred examiner looked at him. Yes? This is a psychological test, right? The question isn't about the answer, but about whether we're willing to risk our teammates' futures for our own. The real test is if we'll stay despite the threat. Naruto's smile was visible despite the blindfold, because a real shinobi has to make tough choices, including when to advance despite risk. Am I close? Ibiki's eyebrow raised. You just spoiled the entire test. Sorry, I get bored easily and my mouth runs when I'm bored. But am I right? Yes, everyone who stayed passes. Move to the next exam. The remaining team stared at Naruto in disbelief. The second exam, the Forest of Death, promised more entertainment. Each team needed heaven and earth scrolls, which meant taking them from other teams. 3 days, survival and combat. Anko Mitarashi explained the rules with sadistic glee. Half of you will fail. Some might die. Sign the waivers and enter. Naruto signed cheerfully. This sounds fun, like a battle royale. I like your attitude, kid. Anko grinned. Try not to die. Don't worry about me. I'm the strongest. Team 7 entered the forest. Within an hour, they encountered their first opponents, a team from Hidden Rain, desperate for scrolls. The 3 Rain Genin attacked simultaneously. Naruto stopped all 3 with infinity, their attacks halting against invisible barriers. Hi, Naruto said cheerfully. You seem aggressive. Bad day? One Rain Ninja's eyes widened. What kind of defense is that? Infinity. Nothing touches me unless I allow it. Anyway, you've got an Earth Scroll, right? Naruto's 6 eyes had already scanned their supplies. We need that. Hand it over and we'll let you keep your dignity. Fight us and, well, you saw what happened to the last people who fought me. They handed over the scroll and ran. That was easy, Sakura commented. Too easy, Sasuke added. We should find stronger opponents. Oh, don't worry, Naruto said, his 6 eyes tracking a powerful chakra signature approaching fast. Strong opponents are finding us. Orochimaru emerged from the shadows, yellow snake eyes gleaming with interest. The Sanin's chakra was oppressive, overwhelming, malevolent. Most Genin would freeze in terror. Naruto just smiled. Well, if it isn't one of the legendary Sanin. Orochimaru, right? I've heard about you. Snake obsession, creepy vibes, immortality research, the whole package. And you must be Naruto Uzumaki. Orochimaru's voice slithered like his summons. The boy with the mysterious powers. I've been very curious about you. Curious is fine, but if you're thinking about making me a lab experiment, I should warn you. I'm way out of your league. Bold words for a Genin. Not bold. Accurate. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Naruto's stance relaxed completely. But hey, if you want to test that claim, go ahead. I could use the warm-up. Orochimaru's killing intent erupted, a wave of malice so intense that Sakura and Sasuke collapsed to their knees. The sheer force of his bloodlust was paralyzing. Naruto stood unaffected, hands in pockets. Nice killing intent. Mine's better though. Want to see? He released his own aura. The very air seemed to freeze, not with fear, but with the absolute certainty of overwhelming power. Orochimaru's eyes widened. This wasn't killing intent. This was something else. The sensation of standing before infinity itself, vast and incomprehensible. You're not normal, Orochimaru whispered. Nope, I'm special. Now, are we doing this or not? Because I've got an exam to finish. Orochimaru formed hand seals. Summoning jutsu. Giant snakes erupted from the ground, massive serpents with fangs like swords. They struck at Naruto from multiple angles. Every single one stopped against infinity, unable to penetrate the barrier. Their fangs pressed against invisible resistance, getting nowhere. Cute pets. Naruto's hand extended. Blue. Attractive force seized all the snakes simultaneously, yanking them toward a single point. They crashed together in a tangled mass, hissing and struggling. Red. Repulsive force launched the entire tangle of snakes away, sending them crashing through trees 100 feet distant. Orochimaru's expression shifted from curiosity to genuine concern. This boy's techniques bypassed traditional defense. They weren't chakra-based, which meant his knowledge of jutsu was useless for countering them. Who are you really? The Sanin demanded. I told you, Naruto Uzumaki. But I'm also someone who remembers being Gojo Satoru, the strongest sorcerer from a world you've never heard of. I've got his memories, his powers, his absolute confidence in being the best. Naruto's smile widened. And in this world, I'm even more unique because I'm literally the only person with cursed energy. One of a kind, special, the honored one. Fascinating. Orochimaru licked his lips. I must study this power. Yeah, that's not happening. Naruto's tone turned serious. Here's what is happening though. You're going to leave, right now. Because if you don't, I'm going to use domain expansion. And trust me when I say you don't want that experience. It'll break your mind. You're bluffing. Am I? Naruto's hands came together in that geometric configuration. Want to find out? For a long moment they stared at each other. Then Orochimaru smiled, though it didn't reach his eyes. Perhaps another time, Naruto-kun. You're right, this isn't the moment. But we will meet again. Looking forward to it. I'll make sure to use my really cool techniques next time. The Sannin vanished into the forest. Sasuke and Sakura stared at Naruto in awe. You made one of the Sannin retreat, Sakura whispered. He was smart, knew when he was outmatched. Naruto helped them stand. Come on, let's get to the tower. I'm ready for the next part. That was Orochimaru, Kurama rumbled, one of the most dangerous shinobi alive, and you scared him off like a stray dog. Because I am more dangerous. Plus, I meant what I said about domain expansion. If I'd used it, his mind would have shattered. I'm powerful, not cruel, usually. They reached the tower in record time, first team to complete the second exam. The proctors looked shocked. You finished in 6 hours? One asked incredulously. Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. We ran fast, avoided most fights, scared off a Sannin, normal exam stuff. Naruto said this like it was completely ordinary. You, what? Scared off a Sannin, Orochimaru specifically. He wanted to study me, but I convinced him it was a bad idea. No big deal. The proctors exchanged glances. This needed to be reported. Immediately, the preliminary rounds came next. Too many teams had passed, so one-on-one fights would determine who advanced to the finals. The matchups appeared on the board. Naruto was paired against a sound genin named Dosu. In the arena, Dosu activated his sound gauntlet, preparing to disorient Naruto with sonic attacks. Your eyes won't help against sound, pretty boy. Actually, my 6 eyes can see sound waves as distortions in the air. But sure, give it a shot. Naruto remained completely relaxed. Dosu unleashed his sonic attack. The sound waves hit infinity and dispersed harmlessly, unable to reach Naruto's ears. Interesting device, Naruto commented. But it has the same problem everyone has when fighting me. It can't touch me. So how are you going to win? Dosu attacked physically. His fist stopped. He tried sound amplified to dangerous levels. It dispersed. He threw every technique he had. Naruto yawned. Okay, my turn. He appeared behind Dosu, teleportation, moving through space in an instant. Before the sound ninja could react, Naruto tapped his shoulder. Dosu flew across the arena, slamming into the wall hard enough to crack it. He slumped, unconscious. Winner, Naruto Uzumaki, Hayate announced, the proctor coughing between words. The audience erupted. That had been absolutely one-sided. Dosu, who'd seemed dangerous, hadn't landed a single hit, hadn't even made Naruto try. Match after match continued. Sasuke fought and won. Sakura fought and, with encouragement from Naruto, pushed herself to victory against Ino. Other teams displayed their abilities, but everyone knew the truth. Naruto was on a different level. He hadn't even removed his blindfold during his fight. In the stands, Jonin instructors discussed their students. That white-haired boy, Asuma said, he's something else. Kakashi, what is Naruto? Kurenai asked. Those techniques aren't in any manual I've studied. Honestly, I don't fully know. Kakashi watched Naruto chat casually with his teammates below. But I know he's the strongest genin I've ever encountered. Possibly the strongest shinobi in the village, regardless of rank. Guy appeared in a swirl of leaves. My student Lee is ready to challenge him. The power of youth will overcome this Naruto. Guy, Kakashi said seriously, your student is talented, but Naruto would win without moving. He's got a passive defense that makes him untouchable. Lee's taijutsu wouldn't connect. We'll see about that. When the finals matchups were announced, Naruto's first opponent was indeed Rock Lee. The stadium filled for the finals. Dignitaries from various nations attended, including the 4th Kazekage, actually Orochimaru in disguise, but Naruto's 6 eyes saw through it immediately, the Fire Daimyo, and countless others. Naruto entered the arena to thunderous applause. His reputation had spread through the village, the white-haired prodigy, the untouchable shinobi, the boy who'd made a Sannin retreat. Lee appeared in a blur of speed, eyes burning with determination. Naruto-kun, I will prove that hard work can overcome natural genius. Lee-san, I respect your dedication. Seriously, your taijutsu is incredible. But Naruto's smile was apologetic. This isn't about hard work versus genius. This is about fundamental power differences. I hope you understand. Actions speak louder than words. Let our fists do the talking. The proctor signaled the start. Lee moved faster than most eyes could track, dropping his weights, massive ankle weights that cratered the ground when they landed. His speed increased exponentially, reaching levels that blurred even to experienced jonin. He launched a devastating kick at Naruto's head. It stopped against infinity. Lee's foot unable to close the final millimeter, Lee's eyes widened. He attacked again, faster, harder. Punches, kicks, combinations that would overwhelm most opponents. Every single strike stopped against that invisible barrier. Impossible, Lee breathed. I cannot hit you? Sorry, Lee-san. Infinity means you can't reach me. The distance becomes infinite. Naruto genuinely looked apologetic. But your speed is genuinely impressive. Keep training and you'll be amazing. Lee opened the first gate, then the second, his chakra and power multiplying. He became a green blur, attacking from every angle with absolute dedication. Still, nothing connected. Finally, exhausted, Lee collapsed to one knee. I cannot win. Naruto walked over, offering his hand. You fought with everything you had. That's real strength, Lee-san. Hard work got you this far, way farther than most. Be proud. Lee took his hand, tears in his eyes. You are very kind, Naruto-kun. Despite your overwhelming power, you do not mock those weaker than you. Why would I? You're not weak. You're just fighting someone with unfair advantages. Naruto helped him stand. Keep training. One day, you might find a way to surprise me. And I'm always down for surprises. The crowd applauded. Even in absolute victory, Naruto showed respect and kindness. Next matches progressed. Sasuke fought. Shikamaru showed his tactical genius. Eventually, the tournament advanced. Then came Naruto's second fight, Gaara of the Sand. The Jinchuriki of the One Tail walked into the arena surrounded by sand, his teal eyes dead and cold. Killing intent radiated from him like heat waves. Naruto's 6 eyes immediately analyzed everything. The sand manipulation, the incomplete seal, Shukaku's malevolent chakra leaking through, Gaara's fractured psyche, all of it visible in perfect detail. Hey, Gaara-kun, Naruto said casually. You're like me, right, Jinchuriki? Gaara's sand swirled aggressively. You know nothing about me. I know loneliness. I know what it's like when people fear you for what's inside you rather than who you are. I know what it's like to be different. Naruto's tone was understanding. But here's the thing, Gaara-kun. That power inside you, it doesn't define you. You define you. Silence! Gaara's sand attacked in a massive wave. Infinity stopped it. The sand couldn't reach Naruto, pressing against invisible barriers from all directions. See? That's your problem, Naruto continued, completely unbothered by the attack. You think being the monster they call you is your only option. But it's not. I'm proof it's not. I've got the 9 tails inside me, and you know what? We're friends. Partners. He respects me, I respect him. We're a team. Don't make me sound soft, Kurama grumbled. Too late, Kurama-chan. Everyone knows you're a big softy now. Gaara's sand intensified, forming spears, waves, crushing pressure. None of it touched Naruto. Want to see what actual power looks like? Naruto's hand extended. Blue. Gaara was yanked forward despite his sand's attempts to anchor him. He flew through the air toward Naruto's palm, his protective sand unable to prevent the attraction. At the last second, Naruto released the technique, letting Gaara land safely. That's one technique. Want to see another? Naruto's other hand came up. Red. Repulsive force hit Gaara like a tidal wave, launching him backward. His sand barely managed to cushion the impact. I could end this fight right now, Naruto said. But I don't want to, because I see what you are underneath all that pain and anger, Gaara-kun. You're just someone who needs a friend. Someone who needs to know they matter beyond their power. Gaara stared at him, sand swirling chaotically. Why do you talk to me like this? Because I understand, and because I'm strong enough to choose kindness instead of just dominance. Naruto walked forward, right into the range of Gaara's sand. It swirled around him but couldn't touch him, blocked by infinity. Your sand can't reach me, but my hand can reach you. He extended his hand, just like he had with Lee. Gaara stared at it like it was the most confusing thing he'd ever encountered. Friends, Naruto offered. For a long moment, silence. Then slowly, Shukaku's chakra began to recede. Gaara's sand lowered, and for the first time in years, Gaara's expression shifted from homicidal to uncertain, confused, hopeful. Friends, he whispered, taking Naruto's hand. The crowd erupted. This wasn't just a victory, it was a transformation. They just witnessed Naruto Uzumaki, the strongest genin, choosing to save someone rather than simply defeat them. In the Kage box, Hiruzen smiled. This was what the Will of Fire meant. Power used to protect and uplift others. Orochimaru, still disguised as the Kazekage, watched with cold calculation. This boy was too dangerous to leave alive. The invasion would proceed, but now with a specific target, Naruto Uzumaki. But before the next match could begin, the invasion started. Explosions rocked the stadium. Sound and Sand Ninja revealed themselves, attacking Leaf Shinobi. Giant summons appeared throughout the village. Orochimaru dropped his disguise and trapped Hiruzen in a barrier. Chaos erupted. Naruto stood in the center of the arena, completely calm as ninja fought around him. His 6 eyes tracked everything, every enemy position, every ally in danger, every threat throughout the village. Well, he said to Gaara, who stood beside him, unsure what to do. This is inconvenient. I was hoping to fight more matches. Oh well. He turned to Team 7 and Team 8, who'd gathered nearby. Everyone stay close to me. My infinity will protect you from random attacks. What are you going to do? Sasuke asked. Stop the invasion, obviously. Can't let them trash my village. Naruto's smile widened. Want to see something really cool? I've been saving a special technique. He looked up at the massive 3-headed snake Orochimaru summoned, destroying buildings across the village. Hey, Kurama, feel like showing off? Absolutely. Red chakra exploded around Naruto, forming the shape of the 9 tails. Not a full transformation, just a cloak of overwhelming power visible to everyone in the stadium. Gasps and screams echoed as people recognized the 9 tails chakra. Don't worry, Naruto called out. The 9 tails and I are partners. He's helping. He launched into the air, flight, one of his cursed energy abilities, surrounded by the 9 tails cloak. He appeared above the giant snake in an instant. Big Snake, meet Big Fox chakra and overwhelming cursed energy. Naruto brought his hands together. Cursed technique, hollow purple, 9 tails edition. The sphere that formed between his palms was enormous, pulsing with red and blue energy, containing enough power to level the entire stadium. But Naruto's control was perfect. The attack launched at the snake and erased it. Just the snake, nothing else. The massive summon simply ceased to exist, vanishing completely without damaging the buildings it had been destroying. Naruto teleported across the village, appearing wherever enemies clustered. Blue pulled groups together. Red launched them away. When Sand Shinobi surrounded civilians, Infinity protected the innocents, while Naruto disabled the attackers with casual efficiency. He was everywhere at once, using shadow clones combined with teleportation and flight to create the impression of an army of white-haired shinobi defending Konoha single-handedly. In the barrier, Hiruzen fought Orochimaru and the reanimated first and second Hokage. The aged third Hokage was powerful, but the odds were against him. Naruto appeared outside the barrier. His 6 eyes analyzed its structure, a combination of sound force techniques powered by their life force. Interesting barrier. He commented to the 4 ninja maintaining it. But it's got a weakness. Everything does. You can't break this barrier, one shouted. It requires massive power to... Yeah, I've got that. Naruto placed his hand against the barrier. Blue. The attractive force didn't pull the barrier toward him. It pulled the space inside toward the outside, warping the barrier's structure. Combined with red pushing from another angle, the barrier shattered like glass. The sound force stared in shock. Naruto walked past them into the barrier's former area. Don't worry about them, Hokage-sama. I've got this. Naruto, these are the first and second Hokage. You can't... Cursed technique lapse Blue. The first Hokage, or rather his reanimated body, was yanked off his feet, pulled toward Naruto's palm. Before he could recover, Naruto switched techniques. Red. The founder of Konoha flew backward, crashing through trees. Domain expansion, Naruto said, his tone becoming serious. Unlimited void. Reality shattered. Orochimaru, the reanimated Hokage, and Hiruzen found themselves in infinite space. But Naruto's control was precise. Only the enemies experienced the full effect. Hiruzen stood in a protected pocket, witnessing but not affected. Orochimaru's mind began to break under infinite information. The reanimated Hokage, being dead bodies with implanted souls, couldn't process the domain at all and simply stopped functioning. After 3 seconds, an eternity in unlimited void, Naruto released the domain. They stood in the forest again. The reanimated Hokage collapsed, their Ito Tensei bodies failing. Orochimaru fell to his knees, blood running from his nose, eyes unfocused. That, Naruto said pleasantly, was my domain expansion. Pretty overwhelming, right? Your mind was exposed to infinite information for 3 seconds. Most people go catatonic. You're tougher than most, Orochimaru-san, so you'll probably recover. In a few weeks, maybe months. He turned to Hiruzen. Hokage-sama, the invasion's pretty much over. I handled most of it. Some enemies are still scattered around the village, but our forces are dealing with them. You should probably get medical attention. Those fights took a toll. Hiruzen stared at this 12-year-old boy who just saved the village and defeated one of the legendary Sannin plus 2 reanimated Hokage like it was a casual Tuesday. Naruto, thank you. No problem. That's what shinobi do, right? Protect the village. Naruto smiled. Plus, it was a good workout. I don't usually get to use domain expansion against strong opponents. The invasion ended. Konoha had been attacked but survived, primarily because one genin had stopped most of the enemy forces single-handedly. In the aftermath, as the village recovered and counted casualties, remarkably low, thanks to Naruto's intervention, the council met. He's too powerful, one civilian council member said. A weapon like that in the hands of a child. Naruto Uzumaki isn't a weapon, Hiruzen cut him off sharply. He's a shinobi who just saved this village. Show some respect. But Hokage-sama, his power is unprecedented. Those techniques, that strange energy, are what saved hundreds of lives today, Kakashi interjected. I was there. I saw him defend civilians, protect his comrades, and defeat enemies that would have destroyed parts of the village. He used overwhelming power with precision and control. The Nine Tails is his partner, Hiruzen said firmly. I've spoken with Naruto about it. The seal is stable, and more than that, he and Kurama work together. The fox isn't a threat. Damn right I'm not, Kurama rumbled in Naruto's mindscape, listening through the seal. These politicians are idiots. They're scared. Power scares people who don't have it. It's fine. Let them talk. Hokage-sama's got my back. The meeting concluded with no actions taken against Naruto. Hiruzen had made it clear. The boy was a hero, not a threat. Later, Naruto visited the hospital where Sasuke recovered from his fights. The Uchiha looked up as Naruto entered. Hey Sasuke-kun, how are you feeling? Like I got hit by lightning, multiple times. Sasuke managed a slight smile. You stopped an invasion by yourself. Team effort. I just handled the flashy parts. Naruto sat by the bed. You did great in your fights. That Chidori technique Kakashi taught you? Really powerful. Not as powerful as your techniques. Nothing is. Sasuke's voice held no bitterness, just acknowledgement. I've been thinking about what you said during our spar about playing different games. Yeah? You're right. I can't compete with you directly. Your power is too different, too overwhelming. But Sasuke's eyes met Naruto's blindfold. I can still get stronger in my own way. Not to beat you, but to protect people too. To matter. Sasuke-kun, you already matter. Your strength isn't defined by comparison to me. You're a great shinobi and you'll become even greater. Just don't let revenge consume you, okay? That brother of yours Itachi, right? That's between you and him, but don't lose yourself chasing it. Sasuke nodded slowly. Thanks for not treating me like I'm worthless just because I can't match you. Why would I? You're my teammate, my friend. Friendship isn't about power levels. Naruto stood, stretching. Get some rest. When you're healed up, let's train together. I'll help you develop techniques that work for your style. After Sasuke, Naruto found Gaara sitting alone on the hospital roof, staring at the stars. Mind if I join you? Naruto asked. Gaara gestured to the space beside him. They sat in comfortable silence for a moment. I spoke with Shikaku, Gaara finally said. After your domain expansion technique, something changed. The seal feels different, more stable. Probably because Unlimited Void forcibly synchronized your chakra networks, including the seal. Side effect of infinite information exposure. Naruto shrugged. Basically, your seal got a reset. Should make working with Shikaku easier. You knew this would happen? Hoped. Wasn't certain, but I figured overwhelming both of you with infinite information might force a kind of equilibrium. Looks like it worked. Naruto smiled. How does it feel? Quiet. For the first time in years, my mind is quiet. Shikaku is still there, still part of me, but the constant rage has dimmed. Gaara looked at his hands. Is this what it's like for you and Kurama? Pretty much. We talk, we plan, we work together. He's sarcastic and grumpy, but he's my friend. You and Shukaku can have that too, if you both choose it. Thank you, Gaara said quietly, for showing me another path, for being strong enough to choose kindness. Hey, what are friends for? Naruto bumped his shoulder gently. Plus, Jinchuriki need to stick together. We're a rare breed. They watched the stars, two Jinchuriki who'd found understanding in unexpected places. In the weeks following the invasion, things shifted. Jiraiya arrived in the village, initially to investigate Orochimaru's activities. He encountered Naruto in a marketplace, the white-haired boy examining kunai with his 6 eyes. You must be Naruto, the Toad Sage said. I've heard interesting things about you. And you must be Jiraiya-sama, one of the Sannin, the pervert who writes those orange books Kakashi-sensei reads. Naruto's smile was teasing. Nice to meet you. Pervert is a harsh word. I prefer researcher of mature content. Jiraiya studied him. I heard you defeated Orochimaru. More like traumatized him with infinite information overload. He'll probably recover eventually. Maybe. Naruto shrugged. Is there something I can do for you, Jiraiya-sama? I'm supposed to train you. Hokage's orders. The village's strongest genin needs proper guidance. Naruto tilted his head. What could you teach me? No offense, but I've got powers you don't understand and control that's already perfect. My 6 eyes give me infinite stamina and perfect technique execution. What's left to teach? Strategy, tactics, the art of being a shinobi beyond just power. Jiraiya's expression turned serious. You're strong, kid, probably stronger than me if I'm honest. But strength without wisdom leads to problems. Let me teach you the wisdom part. Naruto considered this. Okay, fair point. I accept. But if training is boring, I'm out. Trust me, kid. Training with me is never boring. They trained together, though it was less Jiraiya teaching techniques and more philosophical discussions about power, responsibility, and the nature of strength. Naruto shared his perspective, Gojo's memories combined with his own experiences, creating conversations that challenged even the legendary Sannin. You think about things deeply for someone so young, Jiraiya observed during one session. I'm old and young simultaneously. Confusing existence, honestly. Naruto created a shadow clone that immediately dispelled, transferring memories. But it gives me perspective. I know what unchecked power does to people. I've seen it, so I choose to be better. The village is lucky to have you. The village doesn't know what to do with me, Naruto corrected. Half of them worship me, half fear me, and the rest are confused. It's fine. I'm used to being different. Tsunade arrived shortly after, summoned to become 5th Hokage after Hiruzen stepped down due to injuries from the invasion. She met Naruto during her first week. So you're the prodigy everyone talks about, she said, examining him with medical expertise. You've got unusual chakra. That's cursed energy, not chakra. Different system entirely. Naruto smiled. But my chakra's pretty special too, being a Jinchuriki and all. Want to examine it? My 6 eyes let me see what you're doing, so it's not invasive. Tsunade did examine him, finding chakra networks unlike anything she'd studied. This is extraordinary. Your chakra flows perfectly, no blockages, no inefficiencies, and this other energy, cursed energy, it's integrated seamlessly with your chakra system. Perks of 6 eyes. They give perfect control over energy flow. Naruto paused. Hey, Tsunade-sama, you're good with medical jutsu, right? Could you teach Sakura? She's got incredible chakra control and she wants to be strong. Learning from the best medical ninja would be perfect for her. Why are you advocating for your teammate instead of asking for training yourself? Because I don't need training in the traditional sense. But Sakura does, and she deserves a great teacher. Plus, having a medical ninja on the team makes sense strategically. Tsunade smiled. You care about your teammates. That's good. Fine, I'll take her as an apprentice. But you, she pointed at Naruto, you're going to help me research that cursed energy of yours. It could revolutionize medical understanding. Deal! Life settled into a new rhythm. Naruto trained with Jiraiya on wisdom and tactics. Tsunade studied his unique energies while teaching Sakura. Sasuke worked with Kakashi on developing his Sharingan and lightning techniques. The team grew stronger, though Naruto remained on a completely different level. Then came the mission that would change everything. A new organization emerged from the shadows, the Akatsuki. Their goal, capture all 9-tailed beasts, and their first target was Naruto. 2 members appeared in Konoha, Itachi Uchiha and Kasame Hoshigaki. They walked through the village openly, searching for the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto's six eyes detected them the moment they entered the village. He found them in a marketplace, casual as could be. Itachi Uchiha and Kasame Hoshigaki, Naruto said, approaching them with hands in pockets. Members of Akatsuki, here for me, right? Itachi Sharingan activated, Manjikyo swirling. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, you're well informed. Six eyes, I see everything, including your organization's goal to collect tailed beasts. Bold plan, doomed to fail but bold. Naruto smiled. So are we doing this here, or should we find somewhere with less civilian traffic? Kasame grinned, hefting Samehada. I like this kid, he's got guts. Training Ground 44, Naruto suggested. The Forest of Death. Big enough space that we won't wreck the village and enough room for me to really cut loose. They relocated. Word spread fast. Akatsuki was in the village. Kakashi, Guy, and other Jonin rushed toward the Forest of Death. But they arrived to find something unexpected. Naruto stood facing two S-rank criminals, completely relaxed. Red chakra swirled around him, Kurama's power mixing with cursed energy, creating an aura of overwhelming might. Before we start, Naruto said, I should warn you, I'm the strongest. Not strongest Genin, not strongest in the village. The strongest, period. If you attack me, you will lose. But since you came all this way, I'll give you one free shot, make it good. Kasame laughed. Kids got style. All right, let's see what you've got. He swung Samehada in a devastating arc. The chakra-absorbing sword hit infinity and stopped. Kasame's eyes widened. He pushed harder. The blade didn't move forward a millimeter. What the? Infinity. The space between us becomes infinite. You can't touch me. Naruto gestured casually. Your sword absorbs chakra, which is Nita, but I don't rely on chakra. I use cursed energy, so Samehada can't drain me. Itachi moved with Sharingan precision, forming hand seals. His Genjutsu, one of the most powerful techniques in existence, trapping victims in an illusion where he controlled all aspects of space and time, locked onto Naruto. It shattered instantly. Six eyes see through Genjutsu, Naruto explained. I perceive reality on such a fundamental level that illusions don't work. Your Sharingan is impressive, Itachi-san, but it can't fool eyes that see everything. Itachi's expression remained neutral, but surprise flickered in his eyes. Let me show you my techniques, Naruto said. Blue. Kasame was yanked forward despite his strength, Samehada and all, pulled by irresistible attractive force. Red. Repulsive force launched both Akatsuki members backward, sending them tumbling through the forest. They recovered quickly, separating to attack from different angles. Itachi used Amaterasu, black flames that burned anything they touched, impossible to extinguish. The flames hit infinity and simply burned in place, unable to reach Naruto, unable to burn what they couldn't touch. Cool flames, Naruto commented. But again, they can't reach me. Kasame tried water-style jutsu of massive scale. Itachi added fire style. The combination should have been devastating. Naruto stood in the center of it all, completely untouched. Okay, you two are pretty strong. Not strong enough, but pretty strong. Let me show you something really cool. Naruto's hands came together. Domain expansion, unlimited void. Reality shattered. Itachi and Kasame found themselves in infinite space, drowning in infinite information. Kasame's mind began to shut down immediately. Itachi lasted longer, his Sharingan trying desperately to process the information. But even he started to fail. Naruto released the domain after 2 seconds. Both Akatsuki members collapsed, breathing hard, minds reeling. That's my domain expansion. It exposes you to infinite information. Most people can't handle it. Naruto walked over to them. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to leave the village. You're going to report to your leader that capturing me is impossible. And you're going to remember this lesson. I am the strongest. Don't forget it. Itachi stood slowly, his eternal Manjekyo Sharingan deactivating. You're not normal. Nope, I'm special. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Naruto smiled. Tell Pain, that's your leader, right? That if Akatsuki comes for any Jinchuriki, they'll have to go through me, and that won't end well for them. Kasame, still struggling to his feet, laughed weakly. You're a monster, kid. A terrifying, impossible monster. Thanks, I try. Naruto helped them stand, surprisingly gentle given he just defeated them. Oh, and Itachi-san, your brother Sasuke is getting stronger. Not as strong as me, nobody is, but strong. Maybe one day you two can talk instead of just planning to kill each other. Just a thought. Itachi's eyes widened slightly. You know about 6 eyes. I see everything, remember? I know about the Uchiha massacre, about your deal with Danzo and the 3rd Hokage, about why you did it. Your secret's safe with me. But maybe consider that Sasuke deserves the truth eventually. The Akatsuki members retreated, using what remained of their strength to escape. The Jonin who'd been rushing to help arrived to find Naruto alone, completely unharmed, looking satisfied. What happened? Kakashi demanded. Fought 2 Akatsuki members, Itachi and Kasame. Beat them pretty easily. Used domain expansion, which was fun. They left. Naruto stretched. Oh, and I told them trying to capture Jinchuriki would fail because they'd have to fight me. That should buy us some time. You defeated Itachi, Uchiha, and Kasame Hoshigaki? Alone? Yeah, they were tough, but not tough enough. Kasame's sword is really cool though, and Itachi's got that eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which is impressive, but neither of them could touch me, so... Naruto shrugged. The fight was pretty one-sided. Guy's jaw dropped. The power of youth is incredible, but this is something else. Thanks, Guy-sensei. You're pretty awesome yourself. That night, in a dark cave far from Konoha, Pain listened to Itachi's report. The 9 Tails Jinchuriki is... Itachi paused, choosing his words carefully. Beyond our current capabilities, his power doesn't follow normal rules. He has a technique, domain expansion, that defeats opponents by overwhelming their minds, and a defense that makes him untouchable. Nothing is untouchable, Pain said. This is... I saw it with my Sharingan. Space itself bends around him. Attacks simply don't reach him. Itachi's tone was certain. We need a different approach for Naruto Uzumaki. Direct confrontation will fail. Kisame nodded. Kid's a monster, strongest person I've ever fought, and I fought a lot of people. Pain considered this. We'll adjust our timeline. Focus on other tailed beasts first. The 9 tails will be last. Smart choice, Itachi said. Give us time to find a strategy that might work. Though I doubt one exists. Months passed. Team 7 took on increasingly difficult missions. With Naruto's overwhelming power, they succeeded at tasks that should have been beyond Genin or even Chunin. Tsunade promoted them to special Jonin status, an unusual rank, but necessary given their capabilities. Sasuke developed his Chidori into variations, learning lightning manipulation. Sakura, under Tsunade's tutelage, became a formidable medical ninja with monstrous strength. And Naruto continued being Naruto, the untouchable prodigy who made impossible look effortless. They encountered enemies, missing nin, rival villages' teams, criminal organizations. None posed a real threat. Naruto's infinity protected the team. His blue and red techniques disabled opponents, and when situations became truly dangerous, domain expansion ended fights immediately. His reputation grew beyond Konoha. Other villages whispered about the white-haired shinobi who couldn't be touched, who wielded powers no one understood, who had defeated legendary criminals with casual ease. Some called him a hero. Others called him a threat. Naruto didn't care much about either label. He trained with Jiraiya, learning about the prophecy, the child of prophecy who would bring great change. Jiraiya suspected Naruto might be that child. Nah, Naruto said when told. I'm just someone who happened to be born with overwhelming power and decided to use it responsibly. Prophecies are for people who need destiny to validate them. I make my own destiny. That's actually pretty wise, kid. I contain multitudes. One significant mission came that tested even Naruto's capabilities, retrieving Sasuke after Orochimaru's influence finally pushed the Uchiha to seek power through forbidden means. Sasuke, driven by the need to match his brother, approached Naruto privately. I need to get stronger, fast, Orochimaru offered. No, Naruto cut him off. I know what you're gonna say. Orochimaru offered you power, the curse mark, his teachings, whatever. And yeah, you'd get stronger, but you'd also become his puppet. Is that really what you want? I need power to kill Itachi. Sasuke-kun, I literally fought your brother. I know exactly how strong he is, and I'm telling you, Orochimaru's power won't be enough. It'll never be enough because you're chasing the wrong thing. Naruto's tone turned serious. Strength doesn't come from borrowing someone else's power. It comes from developing your own, from understanding who you are and what you're fighting for. Easy for you to say, you're already the strongest. Yeah, I am. And you know what? You'll never match me. Ever. I'm not saying that to be cruel. It's just reality. My power is fundamentally different from yours. Naruto stepped closer. But that doesn't mean you can't be strong in your own way. You've got the Sharingan, lightning affinity, natural talent. Develop those. Make them yours. Stop comparing yourself to me or your brother and become your own kind of powerful. Sasuke's fists clenched. What if that's not enough? Enough for what? Revenge? Sasuke-kun, killing Itachi won't fix what's broken inside you. I know his secret. I told you I see everything. Your brother did what he did for complex reasons. Killing him won't give you closure. It'll just leave you empty. Naruto's voice softened. But if you absolutely must confront him, do it as yourself, not as Orochimaru's experiment. Sasuke struggled internally. Finally, he nodded. Help me get stronger then, your way. Now you're talking. All right, let's work on developing your Sharingan and lightning techniques. I'll help you create something uniquely yours. And who knows, maybe you'll surprise even me. They trained intensely. Naruto's 6 eyes analyzed Sasuke's chakra flow, his technique execution, every aspect of his fighting style. Together, they developed new jutsu combining lightning manipulation with Sharingan perception. Techniques Sasuke could call his own. The Sound Four never came to retrieve Sasuke because he never accepted Orochimaru's offer. That branch of the timeline simply didn't happen. Instead, Team 7 remained intact, growing stronger together. Hunting Akatsuki members who'd been spotted near the Land of Fire's border, planning to capture the Three Tails Team 7, now operating at Jonin level, intercepted them. Deidara and Sasori of Akatsuki faced Team 7 on an open plain. The Nine Tails brat, Deidara said. We've heard about you, but you're just one person, yeah. Actually, I'm several people at once if you count shadow clones, but sure, let's go with one. Naruto created 100 shadow clones casually. There, now I'm several people. Checkmate. Sasori emerged from Hiroko, revealing his puppet body. Foolish child, quantity means nothing against true art. Art? Oh, you guys are the art-obsessed Akatsuki members. Deidara does explosions, Sasori does puppets. I read the intelligence reports. Naruto smiled. This should be interesting. Deidara launched clay explosives, birds, spiders, intricate sculptures that detonated with massive force. They hit infinity and exploded harmlessly, unable to reach Naruto or his teammates standing behind him. What? My art can't touch you? Nope, infinity is pretty convenient like that. Naruto extended his hand. But let me show you my art. Blue. Attractive force seized Deidara's clay birds mid-flight, yanking them toward Naruto's palm, where they exploded against infinity's barrier. The detonations created a spectacular light show, completely harmless to Team 7. Sasori attacked with 100 puppets simultaneously, poison-coated blades and hidden weapons creating a deadly storm. Naruto's shadow clones engaged them, using basic taijutsu enhanced with cursed energy to destroy puppets without taking damage. Sakura, empowered by her training under Tsunade, smashed through puppets with devastating strength. Sasuke's Chidori variants destroyed others, lightning crackling through mechanical bodies, but the real Naruto faced Sasori directly. Your puppet technique is impressive, Naruto commented, dodging poison-coated wires with minimal movement. The control, the craftsmanship, it's genuinely artistic, but it's got the same problem everyone has when fighting me. And what's that? Can't touch me. Naruto appeared behind Sasori via teleportation. Blue. Sasori was yanked backward, his puppet body helpless against the attractive force. Naruto caught him, examining the puppet construction with his 6 eyes. Fascinating. You turned yourself into a puppet to achieve immortality. The craftsmanship is incredible. Every joint, every mechanism, perfectly designed. But Sasori-san, this isn't immortality. This is just refusing to let go. Naruto's tone turned surprisingly gentle. The people you turned into puppets, your parents, others, they're gone. Preserving their bodies doesn't preserve them. You know nothing of my art. I know that art is supposed to be beautiful, and there's nothing beautiful about refusing to accept loss. Naruto released him. But I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to stop Akatsuki from capturing tail beasts. He brought his hands together. Domain expansion. Wait, Deidara shouted. We've heard about that technique. Itachi and Kisame reported it. We surrender, yeah. Naruto paused. Really? Just like that? We're not stupid. That domain thing breaks minds. We'll retreat. Report that you're still impossible to beat, yeah. Deidara grabbed Sasori. Come on, partner. Living to fight another day is better than mental destruction. They fled using Deidara's clay bird, disappearing into the sky. Sasuke stared at Naruto. They just gave up. My reputation precedes me. Naruto smiled. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to use domain expansion. It's my favorite technique. You're insane, Sakura said affectionately, but that's why we love you. Aw, Sakura-chan, you guys are making me blush. If you could see through my blindfold, you'd see me blushing. You're not blushing, Kurama observed. Let me have this moment, Kurama-chan. They returned to Konoha victorious. The Akatsuki threat had been pushed back again. Naruto's reputation as the strongest continued to grow. In the months that followed, smaller missions and encounters filled Team 7's days. They became legendary, the team that never failed, led by the untouchable white-haired prodigy. Naruto continued developing his techniques, finding new applications for cursed energy in the ninja world. He discovered he could enhance jutsu by lending them cursed energy, could create barriers that protected entire areas, could combine Six Eyes perception with shadow clones to create an intelligence network covering vast distances. He helped other Jinchuriki when their paths crossed. Gaara became a close friend, their bond as Jinchuriki deepening over time. They shared experiences, trained together occasionally, and supported each other's growth. The village of Konoha prospered under Tsunade's leadership, with Naruto serving as both protector and symbol of the new generation's strength. Young academy students looked up to him, dreaming of achieving even a fraction of his power. But Naruto remained humble in his own way. Yes, he was cocky and confident, but he never looked down on those weaker than him. He trained with Lee, respecting the hard worker's dedication. He encouraged Hinata, helping her develop confidence alongside her gentle fist. He sparred with Neji, showing the Hyuga genius that destiny could be overcome. The thing about being the strongest, he told his friends one day, isn't that you win every fight. It's that you get to choose your fights. And I choose to fight for people who matter. For my friends, my village, for the idea that power should protect rather than destroy. That's surprisingly deep, Naruto-kun, Ino commented. I contain multitudes. I can be deep and obnoxiously confident. It's called range. They laughed together. Friends enjoying peace earned through strength. The final major event came unexpectedly. An organization called Root, led by Danzo Shimura, attempted to capture Naruto for study. Danzo believed that understanding and controlling Naruto's power would secure Konoha's dominance. It went poorly for Root. Danzo sent 12 of his best Root members to subdue and capture Naruto. They attacked while he walked home from training. Thinking numbers and surprise would overcome him, Naruto's Six Eyes detected them before they moved. Hi, Root members, he said casually, not breaking stride. I know you're there. I know Danzo sent you. And I know this is going to end badly for you. Want to reconsider? They attacked anyway. 12 elite Root shinobi, conditioned to be emotionless weapons, struck with perfect coordination. Every attack stopped at infinity. Okay, your choice. Naruto sighed. Blue. All 12 were yanked together, slamming into each other in a tangled heap. Red. They flew backward, crashing through a building wall. Naruto walked over to where they struggled to stand. Here's a message for Danzo. I know about Root. I know about your operations. I know what you did to the Uchiha clan, your role in various village incidents, all of it. My Six Eyes see everything, including the past through chakra residue. His voice turned cold, the first time his usual playful tone had completely vanished. If you or Root come after me, my friends, or my village again, I won't just defeat you. I'll expose everything, every secret operation, every illegal act, every manipulation, and then I'll erase you, not kill, erase, like you never existed. Understand? The Root members nodded, fear breaking through their conditioning. Good, now leave, and don't come back. They fled. Danzo, receiving their report, realized he'd made a critical error. This boy wasn't just powerful. He was informed, intelligent, and willing to use overwhelming force when threatened. Root would need to reconsider its approach to Naruto Uzumaki. Or better yet, leave him alone entirely. The incident cemented Naruto's position as untouchable within Konoha. Not just physically untouchable due to infinity, but politically and socially as well. He had the power to back up any stand he took, and the intelligence to know when to take those stands. Tsunade, learning of the incident, confronted Danzo privately. Touch Naruto again, and I'll allow him to do whatever he wants to you en route. That boy has shown nothing but loyalty to this village, and I won't tolerate threats against him. Danzo retreated to the shadows, his plans involving Naruto permanently shelved. Naruto stood on the Hokage monument, looking over Konoha. The sun set, painting the sky in oranges and reds, the village peaceful below. Kurama's voice rumbled in his mind. You've made quite an impact on this world. We've made an impact, Kurama-chan. You're part of this too. True. Never thought I'd find a partner I actually respected, but you're different. You treat me like an equal, like a friend. Because you are. We're partners, best friends, the dynamic duo of unstoppable power and witty commentary. You're impossible, impossibly awesome. Sasuke appeared beside him, sitting on the edge. Thinking deep thoughts? Something like that, reflecting on how much has changed. Naruto smiled. We've come pretty far, Sasuke-kun, from academy students to jonin-level shinobi stopping international criminal organizations. You've come far. The rest of us are just trying to keep up. Hey, you're strong in your own right. Your lightning techniques are genuinely impressive, and your Sharingan evolution is progressing nicely. Still not anywhere close to you. Doesn't matter. You're you, I'm me. We don't need to compete. We're on the same team. Naruto stood, stretching. Besides, someone needs to keep me humble. That's your job. Pretty sure nothing could make you humble. Fair point, Naruto laughed. Come on, let's get dinner. I'm thinking ramen. You're always thinking ramen. It's a gift and a curse. They headed toward Ichiraku's as two friends navigating a world that had been forever changed by one boy's impossible existence. In a dark cave, Akatsuki members gathered around Pain's projection. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki remains impossible to capture, Pain stated. Until we develop a strategy that accounts for his unique abilities, we focus on other-tailed beasts. Itachi, Kasame, your report on his capabilities will be essential for future planning. His power transcends normal limits, Itachi said. I recommend avoiding direct confrontation unless we discover a weakness, which I doubt exists. Everything has a weakness. Not him, Kasame cut in. I've fought a lot of strong opponents. This kid is different. He's not just strong, he's impossible. We'll see, Pain said. When the time comes, even the impossible can be overcome. But privately, even Pain wondered if Naruto Uzumaki represented something beyond Akatsuki's ability to handle. At Ichiraku's ramen, Team 7 sat together. Naruto on his third bowl, Sakura watching with amusement, Sasuke eating more slowly but keeping pace. To Team 7, Naruto raised his chopsticks. The best team in the village. The weirdest team, Sakura corrected. The most overpowered team, Sasuke added. All of the above, Naruto grinned. We're awesome in every possible way. Now let's eat. I'm going for 5 bowls today. That's not a lot for you, Sakura observed. Usually you do 8. Pacing myself. Gotta leave room for dessert. Priorities, Sakura-chan. Priorities. They laughed together. 3 shinobi who'd become something more than teammates. Family, bound not by blood but by shared experience and genuine care. Outside Ichiraku's, the village of Konoha thrived. Peaceful for now. Protected by shinobi strong and dedicated. Led by a Hokage wise and powerful. And at the center of it all, the white-haired boy who'd redefined what it meant to be the strongest. Naruto Uzumaki, the fusion of 2 souls, wielder of cursed energy in a world of chakra, Jinchuriki of the 9 tails, possessor of the 6 eyes and limitless techniques. The honored one. The story of his rise had only just begun. Akatsuki still plotted. Other nations watched with interest and concern. And somewhere, destiny itself adjusted to account for this impossible existence. But for now, in this moment, Naruto was just a boy eating ramen with his friends, making jokes and enjoying life, because when you're the strongest, you get to choose your moments. And Naruto chose happiness. Hey Naruto, Sasuke said, tomorrow's training. You promised to help me develop that new technique. Absolutely. We'll work on combining your lightning with space-time distortion. It's going to be awesome. You might even surprise me. Might? Nah, I'd win, Naruto said with absolute confidence. But the attempt will be entertaining. Sasuke smiled despite himself. You're insufferable. Thanks, I try. Now who wants to join me for bowl number 4? Anyone? Sakura-chan? Sasuke-kun? Come on, you guys are no fun. We have normal human stomachs, Sakura protested. Weak, but I love you guys anyway. Best teammates ever, even with your limited ramen capacity. The night continued. Friends together, the future uncertain but filled with potential. And somewhere in his mindscape, Kurama settled down with satisfaction. This partnership, this life, was better than anything he'd experienced in his long existence. Naruto, the fox said quietly. Yeah, Kurama-chan. Thanks for being you, for treating me like a person, for making this journey interesting. Hey, what are best friends for? We're partners, Kurama. Always will be. You, me, and whatever crazy adventures come next. I'm looking forward to it. Me too, buddy. Me too. Epilogue. The Honored One. In the months following the Akatsuki encounters, Naruto's legend grew beyond Konoha's borders. Every nation knew his name. Every ninja organization had files on him. The boy with white hair and a blindfold, who couldn't be touched, who wielded powers the world had never seen. Some called him a monster. Others called him a savior. Naruto didn't care much about either label. He continued training with Jiraiya, learning wisdom to complement his power. He helped Tsunade with village leadership, his perspective offering insights she valued. He trained his teammates, helping Sasuke and Sakura reach new heights. And he prepared. Because while peace was nice, his six eyes saw the future's possibilities. Akatsuki would return. Other threats would emerge. The ninja world was complex, filled with conflict and competing interests. But Naruto was ready, more than ready. He was the strongest. Throughout heaven and earth, he alone was the honored one. And whatever came next, he'd face it with the same confidence, humor, and overwhelming power that defined him. Because that was who Naruto Uzumaki was. The fusion of Gojo Satoru's soul and Naruto's potential, creating something the world had never seen and would never forget. A legend still being written, a story still unfolding. The morning after Team 7's ramen celebration, Naruto stood atop the Hokage monument as dawn broke over Konoha. His six eyes tracked every movement in the village below. Civilians starting their day, shinobi preparing for missions, academy students racing to class. Everything was peaceful, predictable, boring. You're restless, Kurama observed. Yeah, it's been too quiet lately. The last real challenge was Deidara and Sasori, and they ran away before I could even use domain expansion. Naruto stretched, white hair catching the morning light. I'm the strongest, but what's the point if nobody's strong enough to make me try? Careful what you wish for, kid. The universe has a sense of humor. Bring it on. I could use some excitement. As if summoning destiny itself, Naruto's six eyes detected a massive chakra signature entering fire country. No, multiple signatures, all of them Akatsuki level. His grin widened. Well, looks like the universe listened. At the Hokage's office, Tsunade received emergency reports. Multiple S-rank criminals have crossed our borders. Intelligence suggests a coordinated Akatsuki assault. Let me guess, Naruto said, appearing in her office via teleportation. They're done playing it safe and decided to come at me with everyone at once? Tsunade didn't even flinch at his sudden arrival anymore. The intelligence suggests Pain himself is leading this assault, along with Konan and possibly other members we haven't identified. Pain, huh? The guy with the Rinnegan who thinks he's a god. Naruto's smile turned dangerous. This should be fun. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Time to remind everyone what that means. Naruto, this isn't a game. Pain has destroyed entire villages. So have I, Tsunade Ba-chan, metaphorically, with my overwhelming awesomeness. He turned serious for a moment. Don't worry, I'll handle this. That's literally what I do, handle impossible situations with casual ease. At least take your team. Nah, this is a me problem. Pain's coming for the Nine Tails, which means he's coming for me specifically. No point risking everyone else when I can just win by myself. Naruto's six eyes tracked the approaching signatures. They're about 20 miles out, moving fast. I'll meet them halfway. Be back in time for lunch. He teleported before Tsunade could protest further. Naruto materialized in a clearing 20 miles northeast of Konoha. His six eyes had pinpointed the exact location where Akatsuki would arrive in approximately 3 minutes. He sat on a boulder, completely relaxed, and waited. You know they're probably bringing their absolute best, right? Kurama rumbled. Good. I've been hoping for that. Maybe Pain will actually make me use more than 10% of my power. That would be refreshing. Your confidence borders on suicidal. Nah, it's just accurate self-assessment. I'm literally impossible to kill with conventional methods. Infinity means physical attacks don't work. Six eyes mean genjutsu doesn't work. Reverse curse technique means even if they somehow hurt me, I'd heal instantly. And if things get serious, domain expansion ends the fight immediately. Naruto smiled. I'm not confident, Kurama-chan. I'm realistic. The Akatsuki members arrived exactly when Naruto's 6 eyes predicted. Pain, all 6 bodies of him, emerged from the tree line, accompanied by Konan with her paper technique swirling around her. Behind them came Kakuzu, Hidan, and surprisingly, a recovered Sasori with a new puppet body. Naruto Uzumaki, Pain's Devapath, spoke, his Rinnegan eyes analyzing the white-haired boy. The Nine Tails Jinchuriki, we meet at last. Hey, Pain, brought the whole gang, I see. Kakuzu with the money obsession, Hidan with the immortality gimmick, Sasori in his puppet body, and Konan with the paper arts. Plus 6 of you, which is honestly overkill. Naruto waved cheerfully. This is either going to be the best fight I've had in months or the most disappointing. Let's find out which. Your confidence is misplaced, the Devapath stated. I am God. You are merely, yeah, God complex, I get it. Rinnegan gave you delusions of grandeur. Naruto stood, hands in pockets. But here's the thing, Pain-san. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Not you, me. And I'm about to prove it. Hidan laughed maniacally. I'm going to enjoy sacrificing you to Lord Jashin. You're welcome to try. Everyone else has failed, but sure, give it your shot. The animal path summoned massive creatures, a multi-headed dog, a giant bird, a rhino, a crab. They charged at Naruto from multiple angles, a coordinated assault that should have overwhelmed any normal shinobi. Naruto didn't move. Every summon stopped against infinity, unable to close the final distance. They pressed harder, but the invisible barrier held absolute. See, this is the problem everyone has when fighting me, Naruto explained casually. Infinity divides space infinitely. You literally can't touch me. It's not about speed or power, it's about the impossibility of crossing infinite space. The Ashura path launched missiles and laser beams. The Prita path prepared to absorb chakra. The human path moved to extract souls. The Naraka path summoned the king of hell. The Deva path raised his hand. Shinra Tensei! Repulsive force erupted from Pain, the technique that had destroyed entire villages. It hit infinity and dispersed, unable to affect Naruto in the slightest. Naruto tilted his head. Oh, that's your version of repulsive force? Cute, let me show you mine. Red. Repulsive force of a completely different magnitude exploded from Naruto's hand. All 6 paths of Pain, plus Konan, Kakuzu, Hidan, and Sasori, were launched backward like they'd been hit by a tidal wave. They crashed through trees, tumbled across the ground, and slammed into rock formations hundreds of feet away. My red is a bit stronger than your Shinra Tensei, Naruto called out. Just so you know. The Akatsuki members regrouped. Kakuzu transformed, revealing his masked hearts and elemental affinities. Hidan activated his curse mark, skin turning black and white. Sasori deployed his 3rd Kazekage puppet. Konan split into thousands of paper sheets surrounding Naruto. Okay, now we're talking. Multi-angle assault with varied techniques. I like it! Naruto's cursed energy began to pulse visibly, red and blue intertwining. Let's see how you handle this. He created 50 shadow clones instantly. Each one engaged different opponents with perfect coordination, courtesy of 6 eyes, seeing everything simultaneously. Kakuzu's lightning attack hit a clone's infinity and dispersed. Hidan's scythe stopped against another clone's barrier. Sasori's iron sand couldn't touch a 3rd clone. Konan's paper spears failed to penetrate a 4th's defense. Meanwhile, the real Naruto faced all 6 paths of Pain directly. You know what's funny? Naruto dodged the human path's grab with minimal movement. You've got the Rinnegan, supposedly the most powerful eyes in the ninja world. But my 6 eyes see more than yours do. I can see your chakra flow, your technique structure, even the black chakra receivers connecting you to Nagato. He smiled. Yeah, I know you're being controlled remotely. The 6 eyes see everything, Pain-san. Everything. The Devapath's eyes widened fractionally. Impossible. No one should know. Blue. Attractive force seized all 6 paths simultaneously, yanking them toward Naruto's palm. They struggled against the pull, but cursed energy didn't follow the rules of chakra. The 6 eyes gave Naruto perfect control over space itself. The paths clustered together, and Naruto switched techniques instantly. Red. They flew apart, each body sent tumbling in different directions. Naruto's shadow clones finished with the other Akatsuki members. Kakuzu found all 5 hearts crushed by precisely applied blue techniques. Hidan, despite his immortality, was dismembered and scattered by red. Sasori's puppet body was torn apart by alternating attractive and repulsive forces. Konan's paper constructs were shredded by the spatial distortions. Only the 6 paths of pain remained functional, and even they were struggling. "This is impossible," the Deva Path said, blood running from his mouth. "The Rinnegan is supreme. How can you?" "Because I'm not playing the same game as you." Naruto's hands came together in that familiar configuration. "You've got powerful eyes. I've got the strongest eyes. You've got impressive techniques. I've got techniques that bend reality. You think you're a god. I am the honored one. See the difference?" He was about to demonstrate domain expansion when his 6 eyes detected something interesting. Hidden underground, controlling the 6 paths remotely, Nagato himself, the true pain, with Konan protecting him. "Ah, there you are, the real boss." Naruto's smile widened. "You know what? This fight's been fun, but I want to meet the guy actually pulling the strings. Time to end this preliminary round." His hands stayed together. Domain expansion, unlimited void. Reality shattered. The clearing, the forest, the sky, everything transformed into infinite space. Stars and galaxies stretched endlessly in all directions, and in this infinite expanse, all 6 paths of pain plus Kakuzu, Hidan, Sasori, and Konan experienced infinite information simultaneously. Their minds broke instantly. Kakuzu's multiple brains couldn't process it. Hidan's immortal consciousness shattered. Sasori's puppet mechanisms froze. Konan's paper body fell lifelessly. The 6 paths of pain collapsed as one, their shared consciousness unable to handle the domain's overwhelming nature. 3 seconds. That's all it took. Naruto released the domain. They were back in the forest clearing. Akatsuki's strongest members lay unconscious or catatonic around him, defeated absolutely and decisively. "Well, that was disappointing," Naruto said to Kurama. "I hoped pain would last longer. Guess the Rinnegan can't handle unlimited void. Who knew?" "You're terrifying, Kit. You know that?" "Thanks. I try." Naruto teleported underground, appearing in the hidden chamber where Nagato controlled his paths. The emaciated man sat in a mechanical chair, Konan's real body unconscious beside him after experiencing the domain. Nagato looked up with his Rinnegan eyes, real ones this time, not puppet versions. "You? What are you?" "Naruto Uzumaki, shinobi of Konoha, Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and the strongest being in this world." Naruto sat cross-legged in front of him. "But you asked what I am, not who. I'm someone who remembers being Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer from another world entirely. I've got his memories, his powers, his absolute confidence in being unbeatable, combined with being Naruto Uzumaki in this world. That makes me unique, one of a kind, special." Nagato stared at him, trying to understand. "You defeated all of Akatsuki's strongest members simultaneously. Your power is beyond anything I've encountered." "Yeah, it tends to have that effect." Naruto's tone softened slightly. "I know your story, Nagato. Jiraiya-sensei told me about his students in Rain Village, about Yahiko's death, about your pain, about why you became pain. You think causing pain will bring peace, that making everyone understand suffering will end conflict. How do you? 6 eyes. They see everything, including the past through chakra residue. I've seen your memories, your pain, your motivation." Naruto leaned forward. "But here's the thing, Nagato-san. You're wrong. Pain doesn't create understanding, it just creates more pain. I should know. I've experienced loneliness and hatred my whole life. The villagers feared me for what's inside me, treated me like a monster. But that didn't make me want to hurt them back. It made me want to prove them wrong. Your idealism is naive. The cycle of hatred can be broken by people choosing to break it. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it requires people being better than their worst impulses. But it's possible." Naruto stood. "I'm not going to kill you, Nagato. Despite everything, you were Jiraiya-sensei's student, and I see the good person you were before pain twisted you. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to revive everyone your paths killed during your assaults on various villages." "I can't. The technique requires." "Your life force, yeah, but I've got reverse curse technique. I can heal you while you perform the jutsu. You'll survive, and all those people will live again." Naruto's 6 eyes glowed beneath his blindfold. "This is your chance at redemption, Nagato. Take it." Nagato stared at this impossible boy. "Why? Why show me mercy? Because I'm strong enough to choose mercy. That's literally the point of being the strongest. You get to decide what happens. And I decide you deserve a second chance. Naruto smiled. Plus, Jiraiya-sensei would want me to save his student if possible. So let's make the old pervert proud, yeah? For the first time in years, Nagato felt something other than pain and emptiness. Hope, maybe, or the possibility of it. I'll do it, he whispered. The outer path, samsara of heavenly life technique. Nagato performed the jutsu, his life force draining rapidly to revive countless victims across multiple villages. Naruto immediately activated reverse curse technique, pouring healing energy into Nagato's body at the exact rate his life force depleted. The balance was precise, requiring the Six Eyes' perfect perception and control. When it finished, Nagato slumped in his chair, exhausted but alive. Everyone he'd killed through Pain's various attacks lived again, including Jiraiya, who'd been killed in the original timeline, but survived here due to Naruto's intervention, preventing that encounter entirely. Thank you, Nagato breathed. Thank you. Don't mention it, literally. This stays between us. The world doesn't need to know the details. Naruto helped him stand. Now, you and Conan are coming to Konoha. Tsunade-chan will heal you properly, and we'll figure out what to do with Akatsuki's remnants. Sound good? We're prisoners? Nah, you're people who made mistakes and are getting second chances. There's a difference. Naruto teleported them all back to Konoha in an instant. The village erupted in chaos when Naruto appeared in the Hokage's office with unconscious Akatsuki members and a barely conscious Nagato. What? How did you defeat all of them? Tsunade stared in disbelief. Domain expansion. Worked like a charm. Anyway, these guys need medical attention. Nagato here just revived everyone his paths killed, so he's pretty drained. The others experienced infinite information for 3 seconds, and their brains kind of short-circuited. They'll recover probably. Maybe. Naruto shrugged. Oh, and Akatsuki's leadership is effectively disbanded. You're welcome. Naruto, you just ended an international criminal organization by yourself in one morning. Yeah, I told you I'd be back for lunch. It's only 11. I've got time to grab ramen before noon. Kurama laughed in his mind. You're impossible, impossibly awesome. Over the following weeks, Konoha processed the captured Akatsuki members. Nagato and Konan cooperated fully, providing intelligence on the organization's structure and remaining members. Kakuzu, Hidan, and Sasori remained catatonic from domain expansion's effects, their minds broken by infinite information. Will they recover? Tsunade asked Naruto during one examination. Eventually, maybe in a few months. Their brains are basically rebooting from experiencing infinity. It's not permanent damage, just extreme overwhelm. Naruto observed them with 6 eyes. Hidan's immortality is helping him recover faster, ironically. Kakuzu's multiple hearts are creating redundancy that aids mental healing. Sasori being a puppet means his consciousness is slowly reconstructing itself. They'll be fine. Ish. Meanwhile, word spread throughout the ninja world. Naruto Uzumaki had single-handedly defeated Akatsuki's strongest members, including Pain himself, the man who destroyed entire villages. The white-haired prodigy's legend grew to mythical proportions. Other villages sent diplomats, some seeking alliance, others wanting to assess the threat he posed. Naruto handled it all with his characteristic casual confidence. You defeated Pain, who possessed the Rinnegan, the Mizukage's envoy said during one meeting. How is such a thing possible? Because throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one, Naruto replied with his signature smile. The Rinnegan is powerful, sure, but my 6 eyes see more, do more, and exist on a different level entirely. Plus, my techniques don't follow the rules your ninja powers follow. Kind of gives me an unfair advantage. The Hidden Mist would be interested in an alliance with Konoha given your unique capabilities. Cool, alliances are good. Less fighting, more cooperation. I'm down for that. Naruto turned to Tsunade. What do you think, Ba-chan? Don't call me that in diplomatic meetings, she sighed. But yes, an alliance with Mist would be strategically valuable. Similar meetings followed with Sand, where Gaara enthusiastically supported alliance with his friend, Cloud, which approached more cautiously, wary of Naruto's power, and Stone, which remained neutral but respectful. The ninja world was reorganizing itself around one fundamental truth. Naruto Uzumaki was the strongest, and that changed everything. 1 month after the Akatsuki incident, Sasuke approached Naruto during training. I've been thinking about what you said, about not comparing myself to you, about developing my own path. Sasuke activated his Sharingan, which had evolved into Mangekyo through the emotional intensity of watching Naruto's battles and his own growth. I want to fight Itachi, not for revenge anymore, for closure, for truth. Will you come with me? Naruto studied his teammate with 6 eyes, seeing the evolution in Sasuke's chakra, his maturity, his readiness. Yeah, I'll come. But this is your fight, Sasuke-kun. I'll only interfere if Itachi tries something fatal. Otherwise, you two need to have this out. That's all I ask. They found Itachi 3 days later, hiding in an abandoned Uchiha safe house. The Mangekyo wielder looked up as they entered, showing no surprise. Sasuke, you've grown strong. His eyes moved to Naruto. And you brought the impossible boy. Smart. Yo, Itachi-san, Naruto waved. We're not here to fight you. Well, Sasuke is. I'm just moral support and backup in case you go crazy. But mainly, we're here for Sasuke to get answers. Itachi looked at his brother. You want to know the truth. I already know the truth, Sasuke said calmly. Naruto told me, you killed the clan on orders to prevent a coup. You left me alive because you couldn't kill your brother. You've been protecting the village from the shadows despite being labeled a criminal. His Mangekyo spun. I'm not here for revenge, Itachi. I'm here to tell you that your sacrifice wasn't necessary. The village can change, is changing, and you don't have to carry this burden alone anymore. Itachi's composed facade cracked slightly. Sasuke. Also, you're dying, Naruto added. I can see it with my 6 eyes. Your illness is pretty advanced. Maybe a year left if you're lucky. He stepped forward. But I can fix that. Reverse curse technique can heal cellular damage and disease. I can cure you if you want. Why would you help me? Because Sasuke asked. Because you were protecting the village in your own messed up way. Because everyone deserves a second chance if they're willing to change. Naruto smiled. Plus, having another strong shinobi who isn't evil anymore is good for Konoha. Practical and compassionate. I'm multifaceted like that. Itachi looked between them. His brother, who'd grown beyond revenge into wisdom, and this white-haired enigma who offered healing without hesitation. If I accept your help, I'll be a traitor who returns. The village is run by Tsunade Bachan, who's way more flexible than the old council, Naruto interrupted. Plus, I've already talked to her about this possibility. She's willing to grant you probationary status if you cooperate with intelligence and help train Konoha shinobi. Your crimes will be reassessed in light of the truth. You planned this. Yep, I'm not just strong, I'm also smart. Terrifying combination, I know. Naruto's hand glowed with green cursed energy. So, do you want to live, Itachi-san? Want to see what kind of shinobi your brother becomes? Want a chance to protect the village openly instead of from shadows? For the first time in years, Itachi Uchiha smiled genuinely. Yes, I want to live. Naruto's reverse curse technique flowed through Itachi's body, repairing damaged cells, eliminating disease, reversing years of deterioration. The process took an hour, but when it finished, Itachi stood straighter, breathed easier, looked healthier than he had in a decade. Thank you, he said quietly. Don't mention it, literally. People don't need to know all the details of my healings. Makes me seem too nice, ruins my cool mystique. Naruto stretched. Now, you two should probably talk. Brother stuff, I'll give you privacy. Meet you back at the village, Sasuke-kun? Sasuke nodded. Thank you, Naruto. What are teammates for? Naruto teleported away, leaving the Uchiha brothers to their long overdue conversation. 3 months after the Akatsuki incident, relative peace settled over the ninja world. Alliances formed, treaties were signed. The threat of Akatsuki had been neutralized, and no other organization dared challenge Konoha while it had Naruto Uzumaki. But Naruto's 6 eyes detected something in the far north, a massive chakra signature unlike anything he'd encountered. Not human, not tailed beast, something other. Kurama, you feel that? Yeah, that's old, really old. Otsutsuki level chakra. The nine-tails sounded concerned. Someone's messing with forces they shouldn't. Otsutsuki? Like Kaguya Otsutsuki, the origin of chakra? Exactly like that. Someone's trying to revive her or summon something similar. Kurama's voice turned grim. This is bad, Kit. Really bad. Naruto told Tsunade immediately. We've got a problem. Someone's attempting to summon or revive an Otsutsuki level threat. That's like God tier dangerous. Makes pain look weak in comparison. Can you handle it? Probably. I am the strongest after all, but I should at least check it out before it becomes an apocalypse situation. Naruto grinned despite the serious situation. Wanna come, Sasuke-kun? This could be the real challenge we've been waiting for. Sasuke, who'd reconciled with Itachi and been training intensely, nodded. I'm in. Cool. Sakura-chan, you coming too? Sakura, who'd become a powerhouse under Tsunade's training, cracked her knuckles. Someone needs to keep you boys from getting too cocky. Impossible. I'm always exactly the right amount of cocky. Naruto created shadow clones. All right, Team 7 plus backup. Let's go crash a resurrection party. They traveled north for 2 days, following the chakra signature Naruto's 6 eyes tracked. Eventually, they reached an ancient temple hidden in mountains, a structure that predated the ninja villages, built by people who'd known the Otsutsuki. Inside, they found the source, a cult of zealots led by a man who called himself Urashiki, claiming to be a descendant of the Otsutsuki clan. He was performing a ritual using captured civilians as sacrifices, attempting to open a portal to the Otsutsuki dimension. Well, this is creepy, Naruto observed, scanning the ritual setup with 6 eyes. Human sacrifice, dimensional portals, claiming descent from alien god beings. You hit all the evil cult checkboxes, Urashiki-san. Urashiki turned, revealing a strange appearance. Pale skin, white hair, red Rinnegan with unusual tomoe patterns. You dare interrupt the sacred. Yeah, sacred ritual, bringing back the old gods, blah blah. I've heard this speech. Naruto cracked his neck. Here's what's actually going to happen. You're going to stop the ritual, release the civilians, and surrender peacefully. Or I make you. Your choice. Foolish child, I possess the Rinnegan of the Otsutsuki. Your primitive techniques cannot. Blue. Attractive force yanked Urashiki forward. He tried to resist with his Rinnegan abilities, but cursed energy didn't care about chakra-based defenses. Naruto caught him midair. Yeah, the Rinnegan is neat. I fought Pain who had those. He lost. Badly. Naruto smiled. But props for trying. Urashiki activated his dojutsu fully, attempting to steal Naruto's chakra and cursed energy. The technique connected. Trying to drain Naruto's power, nothing happened. Oh, did you want my energy? Sorry. Infinity automatically filters out unauthorized attempts to affect me. Your chakra-stealing technique can't bypass it. Naruto tilted his head. Also, even if you could take my cursed energy, you wouldn't know how to use it. It's a completely different power system. Kind of like giving someone a computer when they only know how to use an abacus. Furious, Urashiki summoned a massive portal, pulling through some kind of Otsutsuki construct, a being of pure chakra, ancient and powerful, that radiated energy on par with a tailed beast. Oh, now we're talking. Naruto's grin widened. Sasuke-kun, Sakura-chan, handle the cultists and free the civilians. This thing is mine. The Otsutsuki construct attacked with devastating force, reality warping techniques that bent space and time, energy blasts that could vaporize mountains, speed that surpassed normal perception. Naruto met every attack with infinity, standing unmoved as reality itself tried to crush him. Impressive. You're actually making me pay attention. That hasn't happened in a while. He countered with blue, pulling the construct toward him. It resisted with its own spatial manipulation, creating a fascinating clash of different reality warping techniques. Okay, you're tough. Let's step it up. Naruto combined blue with Kurama's chakra, red energy spiraling with his cursed technique. The amplified attractive force overcame the construct's resistance, yanking it close. Red! Enhanced repulsive force slammed the construct backward. It crashed through the temple wall, tumbling across the mountainside. You know what? This calls for my special technique. Naruto brought his hands together, Kurama's chakra exploding around him in a visible cloak. Cursed technique, hollow purple, 9 tails edition. The sphere of erasure that formed pulsed with overwhelming power, the fusion of attractive and repulsive forces, amplified by the 9 tails chakra, creating an attack that could erase reality itself. Naruto released it. The hollow purple traveled forward at incredible speed. The Otsutsuki construct tried to defend, throwing up barriers of pure chakra, attempting to redirect the attack with spatial techniques. None of it mattered. Hollow purple erased the construct completely. Not destroyed, erased. The being simply ceased to exist, along with a portion of the mountain behind it, leaving a perfectly smooth void where matter used to be. Urashiki stared in absolute horror. That's impossible. The Otsutsuki construct was invincible. How? Because I'm the strongest. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Naruto walked toward him casually. Your Otsutsuki construct was strong, but I'm stronger. Simple as that. Urashiki made a desperate attempt to escape through a portal. Naruto teleported, appearing on the other side of the portal before it fully formed, cutting off his escape. Nice try, but my teleportation is faster than your portal. Six Eyes track space-time better than your Rinnegan. Naruto grabbed him. Now, you're going to undo this ritual and face justice for kidnapping and attempted human sacrifice. Never. The Otsutsuki will. Domain expansion, unlimited void. 3 seconds of infinite information, and Urashiki collapsed, mind shattered. When reality reformed, Sasuke and Sakura had freed all the civilians and defeated the cultists. Team 7 stood victorious once again. Another world-ending threat stopped before lunch, Naruto said cheerfully. We're really efficient. That construct was stronger than anything we faced, Sasuke observed. And you erased it like it was nothing. Hollow Purple is my ultimate attack. It literally erases things from existence. Pretty hard to beat not existing anymore as a finishing move. Naruto helped gather the rescued civilians. Come on, let's get these people home and report to Tsunade Bachan. She's probably wondering why we keep finding apocalyptic threats during routine missions. They returned to Konoha to another hero's welcome. Naruto deflected praise with humor as always, more interested in getting ramen than receiving medals. But that night, alone on the Hokage monument, he spoke seriously with Kurama. That construct was strong. Not strong enough to beat me, but strong. If actual Otsutsuki show up, the real ones, not descendants or constructs, things could get interesting. You worried? Kurama asked. Nah, just aware. I'm the strongest in this world, but the Otsutsuki come from beyond this world. They're aliens with god-tier power who created chakra itself. Naruto smiled. If they come, I'll beat them too. But it'll probably be a better fight than anything I've had so far. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it. You're crazy. Or confident. There's a fine line. 6 months passed. Naruto continued taking missions, training his teammates, helping rebuild the ninja world into something more peaceful. His reputation had reached the point where his mere presence deterred conflicts. No one wanted to fight a village that had Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke and Itachi worked together, slowly rebuilding their relationship while serving Konoha. Sakura became Tsunade's official apprentice and successor, destined to become the 6th Hokage eventually. Team 7 remained the strongest team in the village, though everyone acknowledged Naruto alone outclassed entire armies. One day, Hinata Hyuga approached Naruto during training. She'd grown confident under his influence. Her gentle fist technique evolved to new levels. And Naruto-kun, she said, only slight hesitation remaining from her old stutter. I wanted to tell you something. What's up, Hinata-chan? I've admired you for a long time. Your strength, your kindness, how you help everyone despite your power. She met his eyes, or where his eyes would be under the blindfold. I wanted you to know that I have feelings for you. Naruto blinked, genuinely surprised. His 6 eyes had detected her elevated heart rate around him, her chakra's reaction to his presence, but he'd never really considered the romantic implications. Wow, that's... He scratched his head, unusually off balance. I'm flattered, Hinata-chan. Really, you're awesome. Strong, kind, dedicated. Any guy would be lucky to be with you. But, she asked, reading his tone. But honestly, I don't know if I'm relationship material. I'm kind of married to being the strongest and protecting people. Romance hasn't really been on my radar. He smiled gently. That's not a rejection, just, I need to think about it, if that's okay. Hinata smiled, relieved he hadn't dismissed her outright. That's okay. Take your time. I just wanted you to know. After she left, Kurama laughed. The unstoppable white-haired prodigy defeated by a confession from a shy Hyuga. That's hilarious. Shut up. Relationships are more complex than fighting. Fighting, I understand. You hit things until you win. Romance is way more complicated. Talk to Jiraiya. He's supposed to be your teacher and stuff like this. Jiraiya's advice on women comes from writing trashy novels. I'm not taking romance advice from him. Fair point. A week later, Naruto received a summons from Tsunade marked extremely urgent. He teleported to her office immediately. What's wrong? We've detected spatial anomalies across multiple locations. Intelligence suggests the real Otsutsuki clan is attempting to enter our dimension. Tsunade's expression was grave. Naruto, this could be an invasion from beings who make the Akatsuki look weak. Finally, a real challenge. Naruto's excitement was genuine. How many? What level? When? Unknown number. God-tier power level based on ancient records, and estimated arrival within 48 hours at 3 different points across the continent. She pulled up a map. The 5 Kage are calling an emergency summit. They want you there. Me? I'm not a Kage. You're the strongest shinobi alive. Your presence might be the only thing that can stop this invasion. Tsunade stood. Naruto, I need you to take this seriously. The Otsutsuki aren't like anything you fought. I know, and I am taking it seriously, Bachan. His smile turned confident. I'm taking it so seriously that I'm actually excited. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Time to prove that extends beyond earth to alien dimensions too. The 5 Kage summit convened the next day. Naruto attended as Konoha's representative alongside Tsunade, shocking many who expected only official Kagegara, now Kazekage, greeted him warmly. Naruto, good to see you. Hey Gaara, how's being Kazekage treating you? Busy, but fulfilling. Gaara's teal eyes were calm, no trace of the violent Jinchuriki he'd been. I've heard about your recent battles, defeating pain and destroying an Otsutsuki construct. Impressive even for you. Just another day at the office, Naruto grinned. The Raikage, Mizukage, and Tsuchikage regarded Naruto with varying levels of respect and wariness. His reputation preceded him, the boy who'd redefined what strongest meant. This is unprecedented, the Raikage rumbled. A Genin. Jonin, technically, Naruto corrected. Got promoted after the Akatsuki thing. Special Jonin status. Very official. Attending a Kage summit. But given your unique capabilities, perhaps appropriate. The Raikage's tone suggested grudging respect. We've reviewed intelligence about the Otsutsuki threat. These beings created chakra itself, possess abilities beyond our understanding, and view our world as theirs to harvest. What can you tell us about your encounter with their construct? It was strong, like tailed beast level strong. Reality warping abilities, insane durability, couldn't be hurt by conventional techniques. Naruto's description made several Kage shift uncomfortably, but I erased it with hollow purple. My ultimate technique combines attractive and repulsive forces to create erasure. The construct ceased to exist. Can you replicate this against multiple Otsutsuki? The Mizukage asked. Yep. Hollow purple uses cursed energy, not chakra, which means it bypasses most defenses that expect chakra-based attacks. Plus, my infinity makes me untouchable, so they can't hit me even if they're faster or stronger. Naruto's confidence was absolute. Honestly, the biggest challenge will be protecting everyone else while fighting them. The Otsutsuki might target civilians or weaker shinobi to distract me. Then we establish defensive positions at the 3 predicted arrival points, the Tsuchikage suggested. Our strongest shinobi at each location, with you, Naruto, able to teleport between them as needed. Works for me. I can move faster than anyone, so I'll basically be everywhere at once via shadow clones and teleportation. Naruto created a few clones to demonstrate. Each clone has my infinity and can use techniques up to red. If things get serious, I'll handle it personally. The plan formed quickly. Defensive positions at 3 locations, elite shinobi from each village, with Naruto as the mobile ultimate defense. If the Otsutsuki proved too powerful for conventional forces, Naruto would intervene directly. 24 hours later, the Otsutsuki arrived. 3 portals opened simultaneously across the continent. From them emerged beings of impossible power, humanoid creatures with pale skin, white hair, and various dotsu that made even the Rinnegan look weak. Momoshiki Otsutsuki appeared at the northern portal, accompanied by Kinshiki. Their combined power radiated like a star, overwhelming everyone nearby. Naruto's shadow clone at that location assessed them with 6 eyes. Okay, you guys are pretty strong, way stronger than that construct. This is gonna be fun, Momoshiki sneered. A primitive imitator pretends to be my equal. How amusing. Imitator? I'm not imitating anyone. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the strongest being in this world, and you're trespassing on my planet. The clone's smile was dangerous. Leave now or I'll make you leave. Your choice. Kinshiki attacked first. Impossibly fast. wielding chakra weapons that could cut through reality. The attacks hit infinity and stopped. Momoshiki's Rinnegan glowed as he absorbed the kinetic energy from Kenshiki's failed attacks and fired it back amplified. The redirected force hit infinity and dispersed. "See? That's the problem everyone has when fighting me," Naruto's clone explained. "Infinity isn't a barrier. It's infinite space between us. You literally cannot touch me no matter how much power you use." "Impossible." Momoshiki gathered massive amounts of chakra. "I am Otsutsuki. Our power transcends." Blue. Attractive force seized both Otsutsuki, yanking them toward the clone's palm despite their resistance. They struggled against the pull, but cursed energy operated on different principles than their chakra manipulation. Red. Repulsive force launched them backward, sending both aliens crashing through mountains. At the western portal, another Otsutsuki named Urashiki, different from the descendant cult leader, faced a different Naruto clone. This one had even stranger abilities. Time manipulation that let him rewind actions, see alternate timelines, and predict movements. "Your primitive techniques won't work on me, boy. I see all possible futures, all timelines. I know every move you'll make before you make it." Interesting. My six eyes see reality in perfect detail, including probability fields. Let's see whose sight is better. The clone attacked with blue Urashiki rewound time, avoiding the technique before it launched. But Naruto's six eyes tracked the time manipulation, seeing the rewinding action as it happened. "Oh, that's cool. You can reverse time locally." But the clone switched tactics instantly. Domain expansion, unlimited void. Time manipulation couldn't defend against infinite information. Urashiki's mind experienced infinity for 3 seconds and broke, his ability to perceive timelines shattering under the overwhelming input. When the domain released, he collapsed, catatonic. At the southern portal, the most dangerous Otsutsuki emerged, Ishiki, who'd been hiding in a monk's body, finally revealing himself. His power eclipsed the others, centuries of experience and abilities that could shrink objects to microscopic size and grow them instantly. The Naruto clone at this location immediately recognized the threat level. "Okay, you're the strongest of them. I can see it in your chakra structure, your spatial presence. This might actually be a decent fight." Ishiki regarded him coldly. "You possess unusual abilities for a primitive, but I am Otsutsuki Ishiki. I have existed for millennia. You are nothing." "Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one," Naruto countered. "Not you, me. Let's test that claim." They fought with incredible intensity. Ishiki could shrink objects to avoid Naruto's attacks, then instantly regrow them as devastating weapons. His combat experience dwarfed anyone Naruto had faced. Every movement perfect, every technique optimized through centuries of refinement. But infinity stopped everything. Ishiki's microscopic attacks couldn't cross infinite space. His spatial manipulation, while impressive, couldn't bypass the fundamental barrier. Meanwhile, the original Naruto detected all 3 battles simultaneously with 6 eyes. The clones at the northern and western portals had handled their opponents, but Ishiki at the southern portal required personal attention. "Kurama, that Ishiki guy is legitimately strong. Clone-level abilities won't cut it. I need to handle him myself." "About time you got a real challenge, Kit." Naruto teleported to the southern portal, dismissing his clone and facing Ishiki directly. The Otsutsuki's eyes widened slightly. He could sense the difference between the clone and original. "Ah, now I face the real one. Better." Ishiki's stance shifted. "Show me the power that makes you confident against gods." Gladly. They clashed at speeds beyond normal perception. Ishiki's centuries of combat mastery versus Naruto's overwhelming natural talent and impossible techniques. Every exchange showed the vast gulf in experience. Ishiki knew 10,000 ways to kill, while Naruto relied on raw power and adaptability, but raw power was enough. Blue pulled Ishiki off balance. Red launched him through mountains. Infinity stopped every counterattack. Naruto's 6 eyes tracked microscopic attacks that should have been invisible, seeing them before they fully materialized. "You're good," Naruto acknowledged, breathing slightly harder. The first time in months he'd felt actual exertion. "Better technique than anyone I've fought. Your combat experience is insane. Yet you prevail through sheer power and impossible defenses." Ishiki looked frustrated for the first time. "Your abilities, they don't follow this world's rules." "Because they're not from this world. I'm a fusion of two different existences. Gojo Satoru's soul and powers in Naruto Uzumaki's body. Cursed energy plus chakra, 6 eyes plus Jinchuriki. Unique combination. Naruto's grin widened. Want to see my ultimate technique? I'd rather not, but I suspect you'll demonstrate regardless. Smart. I like you, Ishiki-san. Shame you're an alien invader trying to harvest my planet. Naruto brought his hands together, Kurama's chakra exploding around him. Cursed technique, hollow purple, 9 tails edition. The sphere of erasure formed, pulsing with overwhelming power. Ishiki recognized immediately that this attack could kill even an Otsutsuki. He attempted to shrink himself to microscopic size to avoid it. Naruto's 6 eyes tracked the shrinking, adjusting hollow purple's trajectory to where Ishiki would be, not where he was. Ishiki tried to absorb the attack. Cursed energy didn't interact with his absorption technique the way chakra did. He tried to redirect it. Hollow purple erased his redirection technique. Finally, Ishiki did something unexpected. He surrendered. Stop, I yield. The ancient Otsutsuki raised his hands. Your power is beyond my ability to counter. Killing me would only prove what's already obvious. You are this world's apex predator. Naruto paused, the hollow purple still forming but not released. You're surrendering? Really? I've existed for millennia. I recognize futility when I see it. Ishiki's expression was respectful despite his defeat. You possess abilities that transcend our clan's understanding. Fighting you further serves no purpose except my destruction. Huh. Okay then. Naruto dispersed the hollow purple. Here's what happens next. You and your Otsutsuki buddies leave Earth and never come back. You tell your clan that this world is off limits because it's protected by someone stronger than you. And in exchange, I don't erase you all from existence. Sound fair? Ishiki considered this. The clan will not believe. Show them this. Naruto activated his 6 eyes fully, letting the power become visible. Blue light blazing from beneath his blindfold, cursed energy radiating in waves that made reality itself tremble. Show them what I look like. Show them that this world has evolved beyond their understanding. Show them that someone exists who can erase Otsutsuki as easily as breathing. The display of power was overwhelming. Ishiki, who'd fought gods and conquered worlds, felt genuine fear for the first time in centuries. I will convey your message, and I believe they will listen. He gestured to the portals where the other Otsutsuki waited. We will depart immediately. Good choice. Naruto's power receded, his cheerful demeanor returning. Safe travels. Don't come back. Thanks for the workout. The Otsutsuki retreated through their portals, taking their catatonic members with them. Within an hour, all spatial anomalies had closed. The invasion ended without a single civilian casualty. At the 5 Kaji Summit's post-battle meeting, the leaders could barely process what happened. You defeated multiple Otsutsuki, the Raikage said slowly, beings who created chakra itself, gods by any definition. Yep. Well, 2 of them I broke mentally with domain expansion. 1 of them I beat in direct combat and convinced to surrender. Naruto shrugged. Turns out overwhelming power is pretty persuasive. The ninja world owes you an immeasurable debt, Gaara said formally. You saved all 5 nations from an extinction-level threat. Just doing my job. Protecting people is what I do, Naruto smiled. Plus, it was genuinely fun. Ishiki gave me a better fight than anyone except maybe Prime Madara would have, and that's only theoretical since I never fought him. The Mizukage laughed. You're incredible, Naruto. Truly, I suggest we formalize an alliance, all 5 nations agreeing to mutual defense, with you as our ultimate deterrent against external threats. I'm down for that. Less fighting between us, more cooperation. Good plan. Naruto stood. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised my team ramen when I got back. Can't keep them waiting. He teleported away before anyone could respond. Back in Konoha, Team 7 plus Hinata, Gaara, visiting, and several others gathered at Ichiraku's. Naruto recounted the Otsutsuki battle with typical enthusiasm. So Ishiki could shrink things, right? Like microscopic level. Super annoying. But my 6 eyes could still see him even at that size, which freaked him out. Then when I busted out hollow purple, he basically went, nope, I'm done, and surrendered. First person to actually surrender to me instead of fighting to unconsciousness or running away. You made an Otsutsuki surrender, Sasuke said, shaking his head in amazement. That's beyond anything I can comprehend. I'm good at being incomprehensible. Naruto finished his fourth bowl. Okay, important announcement time. I've been thinking about Hinata-chan's confession. Hinata nearly choked on her ramen. And I realized something. I've been so focused on being the strongest that I haven't let myself think about personal stuff. Romance, relationships, that kind of thing. He turned to her with a genuine smile. But you're awesome, Hinata-chan. Strong, kind, brave enough to confess to me despite knowing I'm kind of oblivious to this stuff. So, would you like to go on a date? Officially? Hinata's face turned bright red. Yes, I'd love to. The table erupted in congratulations and teasing. Sakura elbowed Naruto. About time you figured out romance exists. I contain multitudes. I can be the strongest and have a social life. Revolutionary, I know. Kurama laughed in his mindscape. You're hopeless, kid. Hopelessly awesome. 3 months later, Naruto and Hinata's relationship had become official village knowledge. The strongest shinobi dating the Hyuga heir created interesting political implications, but mostly people were happy for them. Naruto discovered that romance was way more complicated than fighting. Dates required planning. Communication needed thought. Understanding emotions took effort. But Hinata made it worth it. Her gentle strength complementing his overwhelming power. Her quiet wisdom balancing his loud confidence. You're good for me, he told her during one date, sitting on the Hokage monument watching sunset. Help me remember there's more to life than being strong. And you're good for me, she replied, holding his hand. You helped me find confidence in myself, made me believe I could be strong too. They watched the sun set in comfortable silence. Meanwhile, the ninja world transformed. With the Otsutsuki threat repelled, nations focused on cooperation rather than conflict. Trade flourished. Joint training programs began. The next generation of shinobi grew up in unprecedented peace. Naruto became a legend told across all lands. The white-haired prodigy who defeated gods, protected the world, and somehow remained humble and kind despite overwhelming power. Children played pretend, imagining themselves as the unstoppable Naruto. Adults spoke his name with reverence. But Naruto himself stayed the same. Cheerful, confident, always ready with a joke or a smile. He continued training, not to become stronger, impossible when already at the peak, but to refine his techniques and discover new applications. 1 year after the Otsutsuki invasion, Tsunade called him to her office. I'm stepping down as Hokage, she announced. What? Why? Because I'm old, Naruto. I've served the village well, but it's time for the next generation to lead. She smiled. The council and I have discussed it. We'd like to nominate Kakashi as 6th Hokage. Kakashi-sensei? That's perfect. He'd be great. Naruto paused. Wait, you said the council discussed it. What about me? Did they consider making you Hokage? Of course. You're the strongest, most accomplished shinobi in village history. You'd be the obvious choice. Tsunade's expression turned serious, but I argued against it, and here's why. You're too valuable as a free agent. As Hokage, you'd be tied to administrative duties, politics, village management. As a jonin who can do whatever he wants, you can respond to threats anywhere, instantly, without bureaucratic constraints. The village needs you mobile and unrestricted. Naruto considered this. That actually makes sense. I'd be terrible at paperwork anyway. Kakashi can handle the administrative stuff while I handle the impossible threats. Division of labor. Exactly. Plus, you're 19. You've got time to become Hokage later if you want. For now, enjoy your freedom and your relationship with Hinata. You're wise. Bachan. Annoyingly wise. That's why I was Hokage. Kakashi's inauguration happened the following week. The ceremony drew dignitaries from all 5 nations, everyone wanting to see Konoha's new leader and, let's be honest, catch a glimpse of Naruto Uzumaki. During his speech, Kakashi acknowledged Naruto directly. This village has been blessed with unprecedented talent. Naruto Uzumaki represents what our village stands for, protecting others, growing stronger not for personal glory, but to help those in need and using power wisely. He has saved this village, this nation, this world multiple times. As Hokage, I promise to honor his example. Naruto, standing in the crowd with Hinata, blushed slightly at the praise. That's embarrassing. But true, Hinata whispered, you deserve the recognition. I just do what feels right. Being strong means helping people. Simple as that. Life continued. Missions came and went, though few required Naruto's direct intervention anymore. His reputation alone deterred most threats. When problems did arise, he handled them with characteristic efficiency and humor. Sasuke and Itachi worked together to revive the Uchiha clan's reputation, training young shinobi in Sharingan techniques while serving Konoha loyally. Sakura became increasingly influential in medical development, surpassing even Tsunade in some specialized areas. Team 7 remained close, their bond deepened by years of impossible missions and shared experiences. Gaara visited often, the friendship between Jinchuriki strengthened by mutual understanding. Other Jinchuriki, Bei, Yugito, others, sought Naruto's advice on coexistence with their tailed beasts. He helped them all, teaching what he'd learned with Kurama about partnership over dominance. "You've changed the Jinchuriki existence for everyone," Kurama said one night. "Because of you, other containers are trying to befriend their tailed beasts. We're being seen as partners instead of weapons." "Good, that's how it should be. You guys are people too." "Well, chakra constructs with personalities and consciousness, but close enough." Naruto smiled. "We're better together than apart, Kurama-chan." "Stop calling me that." "Never." 2 years after becoming 6th Hokage, Kakashi faced an unexpected situation. A group of interdimensional travelers appeared, people from other worlds entirely, drawn to this dimension by the massive energy Naruto had released during the Otsutsuki battle. They weren't hostile, just curious, and they recognized cursed energy. "You're a Jujutsu sorcerer," one exclaimed upon meeting Naruto. "We thought cursed energy only existed in our world." "Nope, well, kind of. I'm the only person in this world with cursed energy. It's a long story involving reincarnation and soul fusion." Naruto was fascinated by these travelers. "What's your world like?" They described a realm of curses and sorcerers, where cursed energy flowed naturally and special grade threats rivaled anything from this ninja world. Naruto listened with rapt attention, asking technical questions about cursed technique development and domain mechanics. "Your unlimited void sounds similar to our strongest domains, but more absolute," one traveler said. "And this hollow purple technique, combining lapse blue and reversal red to create imaginary mass, that's incredibly advanced. You developed this yourself?" "I remembered it from being Gojo Satoru in my previous life, then adapted it to work with my chakra system here." Naruto demonstrated a small-scale blue technique. "Want to see?" The travelers were amazed. "You're basically a special-grade sorcerer operating in a world with a completely different power system. That's incredible." They stayed for a week exchanging knowledge. Naruto learned techniques to refine his cursed energy manipulation even further. They learned about chakra and ninja techniques. The cultural exchange benefited everyone. When they left, returning to their home dimension, Naruto felt oddly satisfied. It's nice knowing there are other worlds out there with different power systems and people. Makes the multiverse feel less lonely. "You're thinking about Gojo Satoru," Kurama observed. "Yeah, sometimes I wonder if his consciousness is still out there somewhere, separate from my memories of being him, or if we truly merged into one being." Naruto looked at the sky. "Either way, I'm grateful. His power and memories gave me the ability to protect everyone. That's worth any existential confusion." 3 years after the Otsutsuki invasion, Naruto proposed to Hinata. He did it in typical Naruto fashion, during a mission where they just saved a village from bandits, covered in dirt and exhausted but victorious. He pulled out a ring he'd had Kurama help him design, cursed energy-infused metal that would never break or tarnish, and asked right there on the battlefield, "Hinata-chan, you make me better. You've been patient with my obliviousness, supportive of my weirdness, and strong in your own right. I love you. Want to marry me and put up with my chaos forever?" Hinata, crying happy tears, said yes immediately. The wedding 6 months later was the social event of the decade. All 5 Kage attended. Jiraiya cried, though he claimed it was allergies. Kakashi officiated. Sasuke served as best man, still slightly confused about his role. Sakura and Ino were maids of honor, arguing about flower arrangements until the last minute. Naruto wore traditional formal attire, though he kept his blindfold, which he decorated with blue patterns for the occasion. Hinata looked stunning in her white kimono, Hyuga elegance combined with genuine happiness. During the ceremony, Naruto's vows made everyone laugh and cry. "I promise to always come home from missions, no matter how impossible they seem. I promise to let you win arguments even when I'm technically right. I promise to protect you and our future family with everything I have. And I promise to love you throughout heaven and earth because you alone are my honored one. Hinata's vows were gentler but equally heartfelt. You showed me I could be strong. You believed in me before I believed in myself. You make me laugh, make me brave, make me want to be better. I promise to stand beside you, support you, and love you for as long as we both live. The reception lasted until dawn. Naruto danced with Hinata, joked with friends, and generally had the best night of his lives. You're happy, Kurama observed. Insanely happy. Like, stupidly happy. I'm the strongest, I've got the best wife, I've saved the world multiple times, and I still get to eat ramen whenever I want. Life is good, Kurama-chan. I'm happy for you, kid. You deserve this. Thanks, partner. 4 years after the Otsutsuki invasion, Hinata announced she was pregnant. Naruto, upon hearing the news, experienced something he rarely felt, genuine terror. I'm going to be a dad, a father, responsible for a tiny human who will depend on me. What if I mess up? You've defeated gods and saved the world, Hinata reminded him gently. I think you can handle fatherhood. Gods I can fight. Children I can't just hit with hollow purple when they misbehave. Please don't hit our child with hollow purple. Obviously, but what do I do with a baby? Kurama found this hilarious. The unstoppable Naruto Uzumaki defeated by impending parenthood. This is amazing. Despite his panic, Naruto threw himself into preparation with typical enthusiasm. He read every parenting book in Konoha's library, using shadow clones to speed read them all in a week. He talked to other parents for advice. He designed a nursery with cursed energy-based protective seals that would make it literally the safest room in existence. Our child will be protected by infinity, constantly monitored by my six eyes, and have access to the most powerful ninja in the world as their father, Naruto declared. Plus, they'll have you as their mother, which means they'll inherit grace and strength. Our kid is going to be amazing. Hinata smiled. You're going to be a wonderful father. I'm going to try so hard, like harder than I've tried at anything. Their son was born on a spring morning, healthy and perfect. They named him Naruto Uzumaki, and Naruto cried while holding him for the first time. Hey, little guy, I'm your dad. I'm going to protect you and teach you and embarrass you with terrible dad jokes. It's going to be great. Boruto, tiny and helpless, yawned. That's fair. I'd yawn at me too. Watching his son sleep, Naruto felt overwhelming protectiveness unlike anything before. He'd protected the village, the world, entire nations. But this was different, more personal, more profound. I'll make sure he grows up in a world worth living in, Naruto whispered. A world of peace where he can be whoever he wants without fear. That's my promise to you, Boruto. The years that followed brought new challenges and joys. Raising Boruto while maintaining his duties as the world's strongest protector required balance. Hinata helped enormously, her patience complementing his energy. Boruto grew up knowing his father was special, not just strong, but the strongest. It created interesting dynamics. Other kids idolized Naruto, which made Boruto simultaneously proud and frustrated. He wanted to be known as himself, not just Naruto's son. I get it, Naruto told him during one conversation when Boruto was 7. Living in someone's shadow is tough. But here's the thing, Boruto. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be the strongest. You just have to be you, whatever that means. But everyone expects. Forget their expectations. I'm the strongest because that's who I am. You'll be strong in your own way. Maybe you'll be smarter than me. Not hard, honestly. Maybe you'll be more diplomatic. Maybe you'll develop techniques I never thought of. Whatever you become, it'll be yours. Naruto ruffled his son's blonde hair. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. But that doesn't mean you can't be honored in your own way. Boruto considered this, then smiled. Thanks, Dad. Anytime, kiddo. As Boruto grew, he showed talent, not at Naruto's absurd level, but genuinely gifted nonetheless. He developed his own fighting style, combining gentle fist from Hinata's teaching with creative technique application inspired by watching Naruto. He made friends, had adventures, created his own story. Naruto watched with pride, resisting the urge to intervene in every challenge. Letting Boruto struggle and grow was harder than any fight he'd personally faced. Being a parent is terrifying, he confided to Hinata one night. But you're doing great. I just want him to be happy. strong enough to protect himself, confident enough to be himself, but not burdened by my reputation. He will be, because he has you and me guiding him. Hinata kissed him softly. Stop worrying so much. Impossible. I'm a dad. Worrying comes with the job. 10 years after the Otsutsuki invasion, the ninja world had transformed almost beyond recognition. Peace had held, strengthened by cooperation and mutual understanding. The next generation grew up without war, pursuing dreams beyond simple survival. Naruto, now 29, remained the strongest but had shifted focus. He trained young shinobi, taught advanced techniques to those who could handle them, and served as ultimate backup for world-threatening situations. His relationship with Kurama had evolved into something beyond partnership. True friendship between beings who'd shared everything for over a decade. You know what's weird? Naruto said during one conversation. I barely remember being Gojo Satoru anymore. Like, I have his memories and techniques, but the emotional connection has faded. I'm just Naruto now, completely. Is that a bad thing? Kurama asked. No, it's actually kind of nice. I integrated his power and knowledge, but my personality is my own. I'm not Gojo reincarnated. I'm Naruto who happened to receive an incredible gift. He smiled. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. But not because I'm Gojo, because I'm me. You've grown, kid. From the kid who wanted acknowledgement to someone who defines what strength means. We've both grown. You're not the rage-filled beast who attacked the village anymore. No, I'm a grumpy nine-tailed fox who tolerates your terrible jokes and questionable life choices. You love me. Unfortunately. They laughed together. Two souls who'd found understanding in the most unlikely place. 15 years after the Otsutsuki invasion, another threat emerged. One final challenge that would define Naruto's ultimate legacy. A rift in space-time appeared above Konoha, and from it emerged something impossible. A being that called itself the Absolute, claiming to be a convergence of all Otsutsuki consciousness across infinite dimensions. Its power dwarfed anything Naruto had encountered. Reality itself bent around it. Time and space were merely suggestions in its presence. Well, Naruto said, looking up at the cosmic horror floating above his village. This is new. The Absolute spoke with countless voices. Naruto Uzumaki, the anomaly. You possess power from beyond this dimension, combined with this world's unique energy. You have defeated our champions, repelled our invasion, and prevented harvest of this planet. This cannot be tolerated. So you're here to what? Destroy me? Destroy the planet? Naruto's voice remained calm despite the threat level. Hate to break it to you, but that's not happening. You cannot comprehend our power. We are absolute. You are finite. Maybe, but I'm also the honored one. And I've made a promise to protect this world, my family, my friends. That promise doesn't have exceptions for cosmic horrors. Naruto's cursed energy began to pulse visibly. So let's do this. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Time to prove it one final time. The Absolute attacked. Reality shattered. Time reversed and accelerated simultaneously. Space folded into impossible geometries. Energy that could unmake galaxies converged on Naruto's position. Infinity stopped it all. See, here's what you don't understand, Naruto said, power exploding around him as Kurama's chakra merged with his cursed energy. You might be absolute in your dimension, but in this dimension, this world, this reality, I define the rules. My infinity makes me unreachable. My 6 eyes let me see every possible attack before it materializes, and my techniques can erase even cosmic horrors. He brought his hands together, the gesture now practiced tens of thousands of times over years of combat. Domain expansion, unlimited void. The domain unfolded, not just around the battlefield, but expanding to cosmic scale. The Absolute found itself pulled into infinite space, exposed to infinite information, drowning in unlimited sensory input. For the first time in its multidimensional existence, the Absolute experienced something it had never known. Fear. What is this? This is infinity. This is everything and nothing. This is what it means to face someone who sees all, knows all, and can't be touched. Naruto's voice echoed through the domain. You claim to be absolute, but I am the honored one. And in my domain, I am God. The Absolute struggled, trying to escape, to override the domain with its own reality-warping power. But unlimited void wasn't just a technique. It was Naruto's complete understanding of infinity given form. Against true infinity, Even the absolute was finite. The being began to fragment, its consciousness unable to maintain cohesion under infinite information. "You could surrender," Naruto offered. "I'm strong enough to be merciful if you stop threatening my world." The absolute, in its death throes, made a choice. Rather than surrender, it attempted one final attack, a reality-erasing technique that would unmake everything, including itself. Naruto saw it coming with 6 eyes, tracked every particle of energy gathering for the ultimate destruction. "Okay, you chose violence. Fine." His voice turned cold. "Cursed technique, hollow purple." But not a normal hollow purple. This one combined with Kurama's full power, with every bit of cursed energy Naruto could generate, with the complete mastery of the technique developed over 15 years. The sphere of erasure that formed was the size of a small moon, pulsing with power that made the previous hollow purple look like a training exercise. "This is my ultimate technique, refined to its absolute peak." This is what happens when someone who sees infinity decides to erase something from reality. "Goodbye, absolute. You threatened my family. That was your mistake." He released it. The hollow purple consumed the absolute completely, not destroyed, erased. The cosmic being simply ceased to exist across all dimensions simultaneously, its very concept removed from reality. The domain collapsed. They were back in the sky above Konoha. The rift in space-time sealed itself, unable to remain stable without the absolute's power holding it open. Naruto floated there, exhausted for the first time in years. That final hollow purple had used more power than he'd ever channeled before. "Kurama, did we win?" "Yeah, Kit, we won. The absolute is gone. Completely. You erased it from existence itself." "Good. Can we go home now? I'm tired." "You just saved reality itself and you want to go home?" "I promised Boruto I'd help him train today. Can't break promises to my kid." Naruto smiled despite his exhaustion. Even cosmic horror fights don't override dad duties. He teleported home where Hinata and Boruto waited. Seeing their worried faces transform into relief when he appeared made everything worth it. "Dad, you okay?" Boruto rushed over. "Yeah, buddy. Just fought something really good one, like always." Naruto hugged him. "Sorry I'm late. Ready for that training session?" "Are you sure you're not too tired?" "For you? Never too tired." Naruto ruffled his son's hair. "Come on, let me teach you a technique I've been working on. It's pretty cool." They trained together, father and son, while Hinata watched with a smile. Just another day in the Uzumaki household, except for the whole saving reality from cosmic horror thing that nobody needed to talk about over dinner. That night, lying in bed next to Hinata, Naruto reflected on everything. "I think that was the last big threat. Like, genuinely the last one. I erased a multi-dimensional consciousness from existence itself. Can't get much bigger than that. Does that mean you can finally relax?" Hinata asked softly. "Maybe. I'll still protect people, still be the strongest, still handle threats, but yeah, maybe I can relax a little, be a dad, be a husband, be a person instead of just a weapon." He smiled in the darkness. "I've been the honored one for 15 years. Maybe it's time to just be Naruto." "You're always just Naruto to me. The rest is just extra." "I love you, Hinata-chan. I love you too." In his mindscape, Kurama settled down contentedly. "You did good, Kit. Saved the world one last time. Earned some peace. We did good, partner. Couldn't have done any of it without you." "Don't get sentimental on me." "Too late. You're my best friend and I appreciate you. Deal with it. You're impossible. Impossibly awesome. We've been over this." The years that followed were peaceful. Naruto continued as a protector and teacher, but without world-ending threats appearing every few years. He watched Boruto grow into a strong shinobi with his own identity. He and Hinata had a daughter, Himawari, who inherited both the Byakugan and fragments of Naruto's cursed energy sensitivity. The ninja world evolved into something unprecedented. Cooperation between nations, prosperity built on peace, young ninja pursuing dreams beyond combat. Naruto's existence had fundamentally changed the world's trajectory. On his 40th birthday, the 5 Kage organized a celebration. Every nation sent delegations. Shinobi from across the continent gathered to honor the man who protected them all. Kakashi, now semi-retired with Tsunade as his successor, again gave a speech. Naruto Uzumaki changed what it means to be strong. He showed us that overwhelming power doesn't have to corrupt, that being the strongest can mean protecting the weakest. He saved our world more times than we can count, defeated threats we couldn't comprehend, and did it all while remaining kind, humble, and human. Throughout heaven and earth, he alone is the honored one, and we are blessed to live in his era. The applause was thunderous. Naruto, characteristically, tried to deflect the praise. Come on, I just did what anyone would do if they had my powers. The real heroes are people who protect others without being literally invincible. You guys are way more impressive than me. Shut up and accept the compliment, Sasuke said from beside him. You earned this. Fine, but only because you told me to, Sasuke-kun, and because there's free ramen. They laughed together, old friends who'd gone through everything and somehow came out stronger. That night, standing on the Hokage monument one last time, Naruto looked over Konoha. The village had grown, prospered, become something beautiful. You did it, Kit, Kurama said. Everything you wanted to achieve. You're acknowledged, respected, loved. You protected everyone. You won. We won, Kurama-chan. Never forget that. You and me together. Naruto smiled beneath his blindfold. You know what's funny? Gojo Satoru wanted to reform Jujutsu society to create a world where students could be protected and valued. I kind of did that here in a different world. Reformed the ninja system, created peace, made sure the next generation can pursue their dreams safely. You think Gojo would be proud? I think he'd be insufferably smug about his powers being used so well, but yeah, probably proud too. Naruto looked at the stars. I integrated his power, fulfilled similar goals, but did it as myself. That's kind of poetic. You're getting philosophical in your old age. I'm 40, not ancient. I've got decades of being the strongest left. No doubt. They stood in comfortable silence, human and tailed beast, partners who'd saved the world together. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one, Naruto said quietly. But you know what? I'm not alone. I've got you, Hinata, my kids, my friends, my village. The honored one, sure, but also just Naruto, and that's pretty great. It is, Kurama agreed. It really is. As stars glittered overhead and the village slept peacefully below, Naruto Uzumaki, the fusion of two souls, the wielder of impossible power, the protector of worlds, felt genuinely content. His story had been incredible. He'd faced gods and won. He'd protected everyone who mattered. He'd proven that strength and kindness could coexist. And now finally, he could simply be the strongest, the honored one, the legend, but also a husband, a father, a friend. Just Naruto. An epilogue, legacy. 20 years after defeating the Absolute, Naruto Uzumaki stood at the academy, invited to speak to graduating students. At 60, he still had his signature white hair, now with some silver threading through, still wore his blindfold, decorated with patterns Himawari had added, still radiated that impossible presence that made him unmistakable. The students watched him with awe. This was the Naruto Uzumaki, the strongest being to ever exist, the legend their parents told stories about. So, Naruto began, his smile as confident as ever. You're all graduating, heading out into the world as Genin. Excited? Nervous? Both? Murmurs of agreement. Good. Being nervous means you understand the responsibility. Being excited means you're ready to grow. He leaned against the podium casually. I'm supposed to give you inspirational wisdom. The problem is, my path was unique. I literally cannot be replicated because I'm the only person with cursed energy in this world. I'm a Jinchuriki, and I have abilities nobody else will ever possess. Some students look disappointed. But, Naruto continued, that doesn't mean you can't learn from my journey. Want to know the real secret to why I've succeeded? It's not my powers. It's not being the strongest. It's simpler than that. He had their complete attention. I care about my teammates, my village, my family, my world. Every fight I won, every threat I stopped, every impossible situation I handled, I did it because I cared about protecting people. Power is just a tool. What matters is what you do with it. Naruto's 6 eyes swept across the room, seeing each student clearly. You'll face challenges. Some of you will become strong, others will find different paths. But all of you can choose to care. Choose to protect what matters. Choose to be better than your worst impulses. He stood straight, his presence somehow both overwhelming and comforting. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. That's been true my whole life. But you know what? Each of you can be honored in your own way. Be the best version of yourselves. Protect your precious people. Find your own path to strength. Naruto smiled, that signature confident expression. And remember, I'm still around if the world needs saving, but I'm betting on you all to make that unnecessary. Create peace so strong that people like me aren't needed anymore. That's the ultimate victory. The students erupted in applause. After the speech, Boruto approached with his own son, Naruto's grandson, named Satoru, in honor of the soul that had merged with Naruto all those years ago. Good speech, Dad. Thanks. I tried not to make it too boring. Naruto picked up little Satoru, who laughed and grabbed at his blindfold. Hey there, kiddo. Trying to see Grandpa's eyes? They're still the same, blue and weird. He's got your energy, Boruto observed. Might inherit some of your abilities. Maybe, or maybe he'll be completely different. Either way, he'll be amazing. Naruto tickled his grandson, earning delighted giggles. Right, Satoru? You'll be your own kind of awesome. Hinata joined them, still beautiful despite age, her Byakugan having evolved through years of training with Naruto. Ready to go home? Yeah, Kurama-chan wants his afternoon nap and I need to finish that technique modification I've been working on. You're still developing new techniques at 60? What else am I going to do? Being the strongest means constantly refining what strongest means. Naruto handed Satoru to Boruto. Plus, it's fun. I like pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They walked home together through peaceful Konoha streets, acknowledged by everyone but not overwhelmed. The village had grown accustomed to their living legend, treating Naruto with respect, but also normalcy. At home, Naruto settled into his favorite chair while Hinata made tea. Through the window, he could see the village he'd protected for 40 years, thriving and beautiful. Any regrets? Kurama asked in his mind. About what? Anything, your whole impossible life. Naruto considered this seriously. No, not really. I mean, I could have been less oblivious about romance in my teens, saved myself some embarrassment. And maybe I should have figured out that whole interdimensional travel thing earlier. Would have been cool to visit other worlds. But regrets? Nah. I did what I set out to do, protected everyone, created peace, proved that strength and kindness can coexist. I'm good. You're satisfied. Completely. I've lived an incredible life, been the strongest, saved the world multiple times, married the woman I love, raised amazing kids, and still get to eat ramen whenever I want. What more could I ask for? To live forever? Nah, immortality sounds exhausting. I'm happy with a normal human lifespan. Well, normal-ish. Being a Jinchuriki means I'll probably live longer than average, but still. Naruto sipped his tea. When my time comes, I'll face it the same way I faced everything else, with confidence and zero regrets. You're impossible, kid. Impossibly awesome. And you love me for it. Unfortunately true. As the sun set over Konoha, painting the sky in orange and gold, Naruto Uzumaki reflected on his journey. From a lonely child with dreams of acknowledgement to the strongest being in existence. From outcasted Jinchuriki to beloved legend. From fusion of two souls to completely himself. It had been a hell of a ride, and he'd loved every minute of it. Throughout heaven and earth, he whispered to himself, smiling at the familiar phrase that had defined his existence, I alone am the honored one. But now, at the end of his story, Naruto understood the deeper truth. He wasn't alone, never had been. Kurama had been there. His friends had supported him. His family had loved him. The village had believed in him. Yes, he was the honored one, unique, powerful, impossible. But he was also just Naruto Uzumaki, and that was enough. The story of the boy who became the strongest ended not with a bang, but with quiet satisfaction. Peace earned through strength, wielded with wisdom and compassion. The honored one had protected his world, and in doing so, had become something greater than just the strongest. He'd become a legend worth remembering. Forever. The end.
Well, that's how the strongest does it. Told you I'd win, didn't I? If you enjoyed watching me dominate with Limitless and show these enemies why they can't touch me, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. Things are only going to get more interesting. After all, I've got high expectations for you viewers too. Catch you in the next one. Stay cool.